Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Sibilance. All right. We are live. Everything's working. We are good to go. Welcome to Sixth Scale Symposium. My name is Graham. This is the Jedi Knights Watch, and it's Monday, so that means you're here with me. We have another fun show for all of you. We're going to talk figures, and I have some of my very best friends with me to do that. So let me introduce them to you one at a time. First, we have Fabs Figures. He is my best friend on the internet. We go way back. We've known each other, over a year now. And I think we've been streaming consistently together for 5, 6 months? Something like that.
Guys, I'm not his friend, but thank you for having me on your show.
We're acquaintances.
Yeah, we know each other.
Well, thank you for being here, sir. I always appreciate you making time to be on the channel. I always appreciate your insight, your veteranism, and just
my expertise of
the
collecting.
story you can tell about all these figures. So I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, my friend.
Yeah, you're welcome. And next is Brick Artemis, aka Brick. What was the name?
Arthritis.
Arthritis. Brick Arthritis. I
Hey guys,
right
how's
there.
it going?
Oh, okay.
What's going on, Rob?
Good to be on
Rob
the
is
show.
the Lego guy in the group, but he's newer to collecting hot toys. He has a few, and I know in the future he'll have a few more, but his focus on his channel is mainly Lego, but he does admire the hot toys as well, and he always has some good insight as well. So always love having Rob on the channel. Thank you, sir, for joining. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show. It's a show that I watch all the time. I watch Fab's show too. So seeing you guys and actually being here with you is pretty exciting for me. So I know it's not my first time, but it feels like it every time. So
I think it's like third or fourth on the live stream. Something.
I think
like
it's my second time with Fabs and another.
We've
guest,
done a
but
couple
my third
shows
time
together,
with you.
yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But you're not a first timer, but we do have a first timer, which is weird to say because Flavio and I we've streamed quite a bit together, but it's his first time on the channel because I know you're an East Coast guy. This is late for you. You get up. So I just want to say I do appreciate you burning the candle at both ends and hanging out with us tonight. I'd say we'd keep it short, but because I say that, D'Lo is never wanting to be on the show again. So I'm just not going to say that anymore because otherwise, you'll think I'm a liar and you just won't want to be here. So how are you doing, sir? Shelf is filling out.
I'm doing great, my friend. Thank you. And yeah, it's going. It's doing its thing, putting figs on the shelf. And thank you for having me.
Every time I see you, there's one more fig on there.
It's like the hot toy fairy comes in at night,
It's just
like they're breeding, and they're multiplying.
They're just appearing.
Did you order your plexiglass yet?
I have not.
Did you get a price on that?
It's very expensive.
Damn.
Very, very expensive. I think the price of plexiglass has went up since the last time I checked. I did go to the hardware shop over the weekend and I kind of looked at the price, looked at the size, and I know I spoke to you about it on the back end. Their cutting machine in-house, they do cut, but it's at a specific length and it would be at the halfway point of the whole slab. So that's not going to work. Gonna buy a blade specifically to cut that and probably do it at home. But yeah, I'm going to need to get a truck for one of my buddies and probably pick that up and do that. So
I think
so, Rob,
isn't Present Toys making Blade? Perfect timing.
I see what you did there.
Little pun.
I gotta get a blade.
So, Rob, I know you have kind of the same shelf, probably just a different size. What are your thoughts with what you're going to do with that in the future in your display? Are you thinking you're going to add plexiglass? You're just going to keep it as is? Haven't gotten that far yet?
I will. I haven't really gotten that far yet. I am moving to a new house, so kind of see how that whole basement kind of lays out, what kind of shelves I can put down there. If I want to get a couple more of these or if I want to go a different route. Maybe have a couple different shelves next to it and then have this one as well for maybe hot toys instead of Lego. So yeah, it just depends. But I think I'm gonna keep it like this for now.
How often do you dust your stuff?
Every other week, I do, because especially the Batwing right here, because the black just shows it.
Right. I know,
But
because when I had that shelf and I had the Batmobile and the tumbler out, like after a few weeks, I was just like, this sucks. Like,
yeah,
and as careful as you are dusting that tumbler, it gets like the Swiffer duster gets caught on everything. So
oh,
I was like, yeah, this Maju case can't come soon enough. So
Yep.
they're nice because like if you guys kept it like this, you're saving a ton of money. But if you're gonna add that plexiglass, I don't know. Like to me, it's probably more worth it to just go the Maju case route with all the work that you got to put into it. But
Sure.
to each their own. Some people are handy and they have a table saw, or and they can do it themselves anyway. So then maybe it's not so bad. But
That's funny that we're talking about this too, actually, because I was talking to my fiance about this earlier, and there goes that stress again. Just
like, you don't have IBS.
I was
Wait, do you?
Well, that's for another show. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, dang, like I'm already, going this route for right now, which is anyways, this is, what I have to do something for now. Right? Because Maju case, their turnover time isn't, the quickest. So
No.
that's what I was thinking about today when I got home, and I was like, man, I'm gonna, do all of this in hopes that, I get my order in for Maju case at some point down the road, but I don't want to create a bottleneck for myself, or I'm going to have to change my pace until I can get my Maju cases to compensate for that. So it's kind of a little thing that I'm going to be playing around with, but it's something that, I realized, but
do you ever think about just DTOFs?
I don't know. I'm not to knock like anybody that has DTOFs, because, I know Austin has DTOFs. I know Fab uses them. I like the way they look, but by the time I was already looking to buy them, the price had went up. So they're $100 now. Right. So, I just didn't want to accumulate as many DTOFs because I knew I wasn't just going to have a couple figures, so to say.
And if you have a goal for your display and that's not in it at the ultimate end, then I wouldn't get them either. So
yeah, my route was always to have some type of shelf in a way, you know what I mean? So
Sure.
I mean, truly, every collector's goal, I guess, would be to get to the Maju case route, right? But it's just if they bring that timing down, it would make it a lot easier, because I would probably be like, all right, well, boom, I'm copping these right now, you know what I mean? But if I could put that order in, tomorrow, and you guys are saying what, a year plus?
Year and a half.
So what am I going to do for a year and a half anyways, right? So it's like I need something now regardless. So I don't want to do details. I'm already doing this, and what I'm thinking is once I move those Maju cases in, I'm not going to phase these out. This is just going to be extra storage. You know what I mean? This is going to be just extra space. So it's just kind of like a little game that I got to play for right now.
But since it takes so long,
it's a marathon.
We all do. Yeah, we all do. And sorry, Rob, but that's like one thing that I was thinking as well. Like after I was like kind of stressing about it, I was like, we all were there at one point, right? You know what I mean? So it's just, you can't bite off more than you can chew. So just going to take it and enjoy the whole journey through, you know what I mean? To look back at it and be like, wow, I built these shelves and now I'm in a Maju cases,
Go ahead, Rob. Do you have something?
Oh, well, yeah, since it takes so long for those Maju cases to come in, are you able to make like almost like a pre-order, kind of like we do with Hot Toys when we buy out, 5 months here, put in 100, so you don't have to spend like $800 right away, or can I do like 100?
I think all they have right now is you just pay half up front or you pay all of it. I think that's pretty much it.
That helps.
So, but let me check in with the chat, see who we got in here. We got some super chats rolling in right away. So thank you guys very much. The first one from Sixth Scale Shenanigans. Spoiler, Matt Murdock did the deed with She-Hulk. I haven't seen any of that stuff yet, so it doesn't faze me. But thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. And then I did get a $5 super chat from my very best friend, Fab's Figures. Buy a Funko and keep the collection alive. I still do have some Funko, and I'm proud. So thank you, Fabs. I appreciate your hard-earned money coming to my channel. We got Austin in the house. He says, it's time. Let's go, fellas. And then I did inform him that he was supposed to keep that super chat train going, but he's broke. So we got Sixth Scale Shenanigans picking up the slack. We got another super chat. He says, Austin needs Rachel's permission for anything.
He's like, wow.
At least she says yes.
Yeah. We got Collector 90 in the chat. We got Collectible Chats. Got a lot of the same type of names here. We got Joker J in the house. What is going on? Thank you for stopping in. Scrolling through. You guys are already kind of busy here in the chat, so that's awesome. So Moducase website right now says February orders will come June, July. I don't believe that for one minute. So when I ordered my first batch, it was May, and it said it would order Q4, and it didn't come until Q2 of the next year. So all right, looks like you guys are all just BSing here in the chat. So Hot Toys has been kind of quiet lately, but they did give us an announcement. But before we do that, we got Leighton in the house. He says, what's up? Hope you're all doing well. Thank you for stopping in, Leighton. Appreciate you. But Hot Toys gave us Daredevil from the She-Hulk series. Did you all watch She-Hulk? I did not.
I did.
I watched
So you
it.
all did.
I watched it through and through.
Fabs, I'm going to start with you on your initial thoughts of the figure. You like it? You like the color scheme? You like the portrait? Everything that comes with it? Are you thinking about getting this?
So I've been looking forward to this new outfit just because it's different. Obviously, we know that his original outfit is that maroon red, that really nice color red. So the fact that they're making this suit, comic book accurate suit is really, really nice. The head sculpt, though, I think it looks great. The only complaint I have for the head sculpt is the scruff that he's got on is very, very light, like too light. And I feel like he has more and it's more visible. And look how it looks very, very light here in this picture, as you can see. But if you look at him, and for example, No Way Home, that scruff is a lot thicker. You know what I mean? Not a crazy beard, but a lot thicker than this. Another thing, I feel like, I don't know if you guys remember the Ben Affleck Daredevil, and according to that origin story, that chemical, went in his eyes, and that's how he became blind. But they put a coating on top of his eyes, so you could kind of tell that he was blind. With this figure, though, they didn't do that. So what they did was they left it as a regular head, eyes, everything looks perfect. But the eyes do look a little bit too wide open, in my opinion. So it does look a little weird. But again, the head sculpt to me is a 9.5. I'm not complaining about the eyes at all because I'm not going to display without the glasses anyway. What makes the figure is the glasses. And I said, as soon as I saw the announcement, I said, a lot of people are going to use that second head sculpt and they're going to make their own lawyer figure. So they're going to buy probably, I'm planning on doing that. That's why I came up with the idea. I thought about it at least. So what I'm planning on doing is getting a lawyer suit. Hopefully I can find a So Toys cane somewhere on eBay. And then I'm going to make that just, a completely separate figure out of that figure. And then just have him with the Daredevil head sculpt on at all times. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, unless you're trying to get that look for those who watch the show of him, walking around doing the walk of shame without the helmet on or without the mask on. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not doing that. So I think you're going to see a lot of use for that second head sculpt. Where'd he go? He left?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, but so, like I said, no complaints whatsoever. I love the suit. It looks great. Another thing we were just talking about with Rob and I, and I think Flavio was there too, about the original color suit. So from what I understand, the Hot Toys made, obviously, you know, the one from his show, and now he's going to be appearing on, he's getting his own show as well. So what I think is going to happen is, and I'm going to say exactly what I told you, Rob. I think what's going to happen is, because he thinks, what was it that you said you thought?
I just I like the red suit better, and then the black suit too that he came out first with in the original season. But I mean, I love this figure. I don't I think Flavio is the one that said that eventually he'll get the red suit.
No, I'm saying
no, he said that.
No, because you said he was going to come out with on his show, on the new show, with this suit.
Oh yeah, Flavio said that. Yeah. So on his new show, he's going to be rocking out with the yellow suit. Yeah.
Right. So my thought process was, all right, if he's going to be on the show with this suit, we know that his original suit and the suit that he wears at all times is the red one. So what I think is going to happen, and this is what I told the guys, was they're going to come out with a red suit. If he appears with this yellow one in the beginning of the show, he eventually is going to end up getting a 2.0 suit, which is going to be all red. But I think they made this specifically just for the She-Hulk show, and he's got to go back to the red no matter what.
Yeah,
I kind of agree with you there. I hope so, because first thing when I got in, the original Daredevil figure, that's the one that I wanted. I loved the base that came with it. It had like that like wet effect. It had like a display topper that you could change around with the, you know, brick wall and stuff. He was just a really good figure. I love the all red suit for Daredevil. But this one, it looks amazing. You know, you got that contrast of colors. You got the yellow, you got the red. And it was very nice to see him in the She-Hulk series. When they revealed him, I almost lost it, even though I knew he was going to be in the show. But the way that they revealed him was so cool. They, you know, panned over to him. He turned around and you just seen the gold from the suit. And I think Hot Toys did a very good job. They replicated this very nicely. I think the head sculpt is weird, because when I seen JC Hong post his test paint head sculpt photos on Instagram, if you guys ever see those, every time they make an announcement, the head sculpt, I was like kind of set back a little bit, and then I had to sit there and think about it. Well, Matt Murdock is blind, right? So I think me and Austin were talking about this earlier today. I think it's just going to be one of those characters. You know, they're going to tweak it by the time it comes out, obviously, from that photo and from what we're seeing here. But don't be too alarmed if it's not too much different from what it is, because I feel like replicating a blind person doesn't translate well. Thank you. Doesn't translate well in figure format. And, you know, I got to give a shout out to Austin, because he did bring that up. But I was literally, right when he told me that, I was literally thinking the same thing, because when I first saw it, I was like, it looks good. It looks awesome. But I thought it was like a blank stare. And then I kind of put myself in that thought, you know, well, he's wearing the shades all the time. He's talking, you know, but think of a blind person, you know, they have that distinct look. It's like pretty much like a dead stare in a way. They're not using their eyes. So I think they did a really good job with the head sculpt after I had to process it all. But, you know, we'll wait and see. I'm sure they're going to update it and tighten it up. But other than that, the suit looks awesome. I think, you know, you'll be able to pose it nicely. Might just have to straighten it back up, do a fab pose every now and then, let the suit rest, but it looks nice.
So coming from somebody, and Rob gets mad at me for this, but I did not see the Daredevil show, and I have not seen She-Hulk.
Neither did I. I didn't see the show either.
So good.
for you guys that have seen the shows, let's just say this is somebody's first Daredevil. Is this something that could be just a Daredevil character? It doesn't have to be She-Hulk. It could be like from Daredevil. Is this something that somebody could just have as their definitive Daredevil figure? Do you guys, Flavio shaking his head no?
No,
Fab,
not
No,
for
but
me.
if you're a
Elaborate.
true Daredevil fan, I mean, you still want this figure.
Right.
But if you're only going to get one, you're waiting for that red.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're a true fan, you're gonna want every single color because the variants are what makes them cool.
Yeah.
Correct.
But if you just want one, you'll have to go with the original, which is the old red.
I can't believe you've never seen Daredevil. You know what's so crazy?
I'm already getting shit in the comments here.
This is to be honest, I think like realistically, if they don't redo the all red suit, I'll go backwards for the original one because I have like some kind of a sentimental like value with the character Daredevil, and I didn't at all before I seen the show. But me and my fiance watched that show together, and she liked it more than me, and it was crazy because like I started watching it, and like she really liked Daredevil. She couldn't believe like, dang, this blind dude is just kicking butt like this. You got to watch it. It's awesome.
I haven't seen Daredevil since Ben Affleck. So
how many? Yeah, me neither. How many seasons?
I can see why you haven't seen this one then.
I think how many seasons is it, Rob? Isn't it like
there's 3 seasons, but then I mean, he's in Jessica Jones and all that. Luke Cage he makes appearances.
But
they do the
Daredevil alone is 3.
Yeah, and
Daredevil alone is 3. It's arguably one of the best Netflix shows.
I heard.
Even over Stranger Things.
It's around that, yeah.
It's around that.
And the fighting, everything like it's just very good choreography, and it starts off very slow. The first couple episodes, you're like, okay, let's get on with it, but it all happens for a reason. It's really good.
You know what I can like kind of like equate that to? Like, all right, Graham, you know how you're watching? Well, you played The Last of Us, right? So
I just beat it again, yeah.
Just going off on a tangent, but you see how the show, when you're watching the show, they're almost doing it the same way that you played it, right? So the Daredevil show, it's literally behind a blind person's eyes, if no pun intended, like if that makes sense. Like it's literally when he's fighting, I don't even want to spoil it, but there's just so much stuff in there.
Flavio, you've talked me into it. Rob hasn't been able to do it for a couple of years, but you just talked me into it. I'm going to start to watch it.
It's amazing. Oh, and
you just don't want to listen to me.
There's so much like there's different like kinds of like heights in the show. There's like love, action, all of it into one. It almost reminded me like a Law and Order like episode.
Nope.
Like
Okay, now I'm out.
It just sucks you in.
You lost me now. I'm out. Nope. Goodbye.
That's like one of the greatest shows ever. What do you mean?
Law and Order?
Yeah, I love it.
He's like, yeah.
Unreal.
I am gonna say though, I never watched that show, but for whatever reason, every time you're like surfing through the channels and you stop on one of those shows, like whatever episode,
what happens?
You just gotta like stop and watch it. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
It gets you hooked, and I don't watch it.
You're talking about Law and Order?
Yeah.
That's what Daredevil does.
My parents are really big into like CSI Miami. I'm just like, I don't get that stuff, but
just bothers me how there's like 20 CSI shows and NCIS, but then you find a good show and it's one season cancer. You're like, what the hell?
So Fabs, the material. Maybe you guys talked about this when I had to duck out for a minute, but am I wrong in saying it looks like a Captain America type material?
It's the same material as the first Daredevil. Same exact suit, just yellow, with the yellow accents, and that's it.
So like the material itself.
Yeah, same exact material as the original Daredevil. Yep.
Okay, but can I compare? What can I compare that to? What else?
Yeah, Captain America.
So,
yep, it's got that feel to it. Yep.
So I would think if that's true, then this is going to be a little bit restrictive because my Captain America, I don't know if you guys have had the same, if you guys have it or not, but like
it's a different material though. It's not exactly the same.
Unless this is going to be more like elasticy.
It is. It's thinner. I think it's thinner than the Captain America suit.
Okay, because that stuff's thick. So yeah, hopefully it's got a little bit more give and a little bit more flexibility. But it does kind of look like the same.
Go back to that picture with this hands like this. This is how they're showing you how
See, but
good
I don't
your
trust
articulation
that
is.
because I've seen
Right there.
tons of prototype pictures like this, and then I get to
Correct.
figuring like,
Correct.
I can't get this thing into this pose.
You're right, but they're showing you. They didn't show you that with the original Daredevil. They're showing you with this one to show you that the body's different, the body's
Okay.
newer, and that's why they're showing you this pose. Same thing, like I told you guys with the Bane. When we got the first Bane, they didn't show you any promo pictures of him like this. The 2.0 now, multiple pictures of him like
Right.
this to tell you that the body's different, better, more articulation. So that's what they're doing with those pictures.
So here we can see, the base comes with a bunch of hands and then comes with his weapon there, but it's like Kane that can like transform. But outside of that, I mean, you do get the head sculpt. So price is $270, pretty much what I was guessing. I guess like $275, but I thought $260 to $280 was going to be kind of the range of this thing. So it's right in that wheelhouse where I think it's a fair price because you are getting a brand new portrait. See, Fabs, I'm learning. And yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of the price point? Is this something that anybody's thinking about picking up? Is this a pass? Fabs, are you getting? I mean, you get everything, but any chance you're not getting this?
I'm definitely getting it now because it comes with the head sculpt. The first one didn't have a head sculpt, So a lot of people may actually, who missed out on the first, because apparently it's really expensive now. So the people who missed out on the first one now could get a better one. Obviously, not the original colors, but you got a head sculpt. You know what I mean? So it is what it is for whoever, but I'm definitely getting this. There's no way I'm missing out on this. And like I said, I'm making my little custom lawyer out of it because I never got that So Toys one. I never liked any of those figures for some reason. Like Rob said, with him wearing that black a bandana around his head, and he's wearing all black, like the sweater and the black pants, and then he went into a different suit, or I think it was before that. I don't know. It was So Toys made a bunch of lawyer figures, and I didn't like any of them, but that Hero Lawyer 2.0 that he just came out with actually looks really, really nice. And now I don't know if to get that and swap out the head sculpt for this one, but So Toys makes really good head sculpts anyway, so that's why I don't know if I should make my own or not, but I think I'm going to make my own.
So yeah, I think this figure looks really good. Like if I'm just looking at it from like an artistic standpoint, like I like the cowl or the helmet, if you will. I think it looks really good. I'm not a big fan of yellow.
Me neither.
But I think the colors together, they work. It looks good. It's different. But Rob, is this something, because I know you are a Daredevil fan, is this something that you would consider picking up, or is this kind of like not really on your radar still?
I'm considering it. I like everything about the outfit. The head sculpt is amazing. It bothers me a little bit, and I didn't really see this on the show, like the actual character. But the yellow does not mesh good with his skin tone. I don't know if that sounds weird, but it just does not look good on the hot toy. It does on the show, but not on this. Now, the suit itself looks great. The head sculpt looks great. I like the figure a lot. I think Fabs gave it like a 9.5. I'd give it like a 9. But I am waiting and hoping for that red one, if that ever were to happen. So I don't know. I might hold off for now. Yeah, that's more badass. Yeah, I think. I mean, the head sculpt on this hot toy is way better, but I mean that just looks awesome with that red.
And we're definitely getting a 2.0 from this suit. Just so you guys know, you heard it
here first. Literally, he always.
So beautiful figure. So and the suit is actually very thin. It's not like the Captain America, but it's the same material. You know what I mean?
Right. Flavio, you getting this?
Yeah, I definitely want to get this for sure. Just like, singing the same tune that Rob said, I prefer the all red one. I'd love to get the all red one. But again, I like Daredevil and I'd like to have both variants. At the end of the day, head sculpt is really nice. Can even pop him in for your Spider-Man display with the lawyer. You get it like a 6 scale table, just have him sitting down. You can recreate that whole scene like just with this head sculpt. So multi-use.
Get a 1/6 brick, unreal.
And just have him hold it like that. That would be awesome. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. But I am hoping that they do the all red suit again, with his, maybe if they bring his show back or something like that. So
yeah.
So Fab says it's coming. Let's just say that's 100% fact. We don't know when, but it's coming. Would you hold off on this one, or would Robin, Flavio, would you still get this and then just be like, oh, whatever?
I'd hold off. I'd hold off for sure, because if I know for a fact that they're doing the show,
Even if
which
it's like 2 years away.
yeah, I'd hold off
But
because
it's going to be a different suit, though. So why would you hold off? It's going to be completely different, you know?
That's true too, though. But like, I don't know. I like both variants. Like, I like that the yellow, like he transitioned into the yellow. It's comic book accurate, but
It is. Yeah.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know why I would hold off if it's that far out, but I like the all red. Like, I know it would be an updated, head sculpt later too. It's probably going to be surpassing this one at that time. Who knows what accessories he has like at that point. Maybe he comes with a different base. I don't know. I mean, I'm not POing this whatsoever. I'm gonna do a D-Lo on this one for sure. I'd pick this one up after market.
Don't do that.
Fabs, you think this is going to hit bargain bin?
The last person you want to copy is D-Lo. I think so. I think at this point everything is just it is what it is. Specifically Marvel. So this is there's no rush for this, and the fact that it's not even a deluxe.
It's gonna go blue screen.
There's no rush on this. So if you want to hold off on this for a while, and I can guarantee you it'll be available when it's released.
Rob, final word. Is this something you would get if the other Daredevil version comes out in the near future, or?
Well, before I answer that, I do want to say it's pretty sad that the only scene that you've seen with Daredevil is the brick scene. That's sad. But yeah, I mean, I would probably get this figure. If it was like a 2-year wait, I'd probably consider, I'll get them now, and then when the new one comes out, I'll sell this one. But then by the time that happened, I would fall in love with this figure on my shelf, and I'd keep them both. So that's probably what would happen. I mean, he looks great. There's no doubt about it. And he would look good next to She-Hulk or, Spider-Man or any of those guys. Shoot, he looked good next to the, Ninja Turtles, because I don't know if you guys know this, but Kevin Eastman, the guy that created the Turtles, did that because the ooze that blinded Daredevil fell into the drain and made the Turtles superpower. So it's kind of like a cool little thing that you could, like, have fun with. So,
that blew my mind.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I'm gonna.
Now it's not like a for sure thing, but it's like
it's in there.
This thing that he kind of made up as he was creating it, because as we know, TMNT is not Marvel, but it was like his way of creating them. It was his idea.
That's so. That's dope.
Interesting.
That makes the character even more cool.
Right.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be one that I don't really have much interest in at all. Like I said, I haven't seen Daredevil, haven't seen She-Hulk, so. This is not on my radar right now, but I do think it looks like a cool figure. So for anybody that really is a Daredevil fan, I think this is really good for you. So I'm happy. She-Hulk, is it worth watching? Fabs, yes or no?
Is it worth? It's an okay show. I watched it because I wanted to know what the hell was going on. You know what I mean? Like, she's being introduced for a reason. She's going to appear in the future, so that's the only reason why. I wanted to see where they were taking the character and the show. I knew there were going to be cameos, so that's what I was looking forward to. It's not a terrible show. It's just like, it's not what you expect. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It just catches you off guard with a few things here and there that are like dumb. But it's not like when you watch, you're not gonna be like, oh my god, this is horrible. Like, no.
Everybody's telling me not to watch it.
I thought it was pretty decent. The CGI was terrible. Especially for now, you'd think the CGI would be good no matter what this time, but the story was fun. I enjoyed it. I give it like a 7 out of 10, something like
that. Right. That's another, like, exactly what Austin said. You got to watch it because, like, Loki. You know what I mean? Loki brought you to a place, on that show that's relevant.
It's set up for stuff.
So that's another reason why I felt that I needed to watch it, because if it set something up, for example, it set up Scar, right? You don't know what that is, but that happens on the show. If you don't watch the show, you don't know what's going on. And when he does appear, you're going to be like, where did he come from? So that's why I feel like you need to watch
that happened to me with Endgame. I watched Endgame before I watched the
Infinity
second
War?
Ant-Man.
Oh,
And so like
Wow.
when Ant-Man comes back, I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
That's
where's
it.
you're just like I'm like, okay. So then I watched it and I watched that end scene, that end credit scene, and I'm just like, I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's what, and that's the only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna miss out on any setup, but it's not like the show's gonna be like, oh my god, this is amazing. No,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't-
like watching Doctor Strange 2 before watching WandaVision. You're like, wait, what?
right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but usually when it comes to Marvel or like Star Wars, like all these Disney Plus things and all of that, I'm not a like interest kind of guy. Like I watch it all. Like, I give it a chance. I gotta see it. I gotta, make my own
Yeah, everybody
interpretation
should
on
make
it.
their own opinion, but
Yeah, but I just love all the little kind of shows that they throw in there. It was cool to see Abomination too, or in there. He was kind of like weird though, I feel like.
so Austin says, you think that CGI is bad? Wait until you see the new Ant-Man and you see Matic.
Come on. No spoilers,
Matic.
please.
And then he says, Graham, you uncultured swine, don't watch Marvel movies out of order and please watch Daredevil.
Best friends.
You ignorant slut. All right, well, let's shift gears. You guys see this?
Oh yeah.
We got our full image of the Riddler. Now, I didn't catch this in the first images that we saw. So, okay, let's go back in time. What, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we got this image, which I think a lot of people were like, okay, I can get behind that. This is from Mars Toys, so again, this is not going to be Hot Toys. I believe Mars Toys Fabs is third party, correct?
Yep.
It's unlicensed. And then we got this picture, which I didn't see. I guess I didn't look close enough. I didn't see the tongue hanging out, but then I really saw it, here. Fabs, what do you think of this? I don't remember seeing this look in the movie. This like facial expression.
They're making. No, he probably did do it. He probably definitely made that face because that's the type of character that he played in the movie. You know what I mean? That this crazy guy, this wacky. So when I look at this figure, it looks great. Right, and Mars Toys has been doing really cool stuff too. They make the Jokers and stuff like that. So they've been doing really, really cool stuff. My thing is, I have a really, really good feeling that Hot Toys is getting into these. So I don't want to, but if for whatever reason I like them when they come out, when they're released, then I'll get them. But right now I'm not pre-ordering any of the either one. And I think that the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, I think it doesn't look great in my opinion. It looks very
it looks like dry painted or like real
it doesn't
chalky.
look to me. Yeah, it looks weak. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not it's like I like the Riddler a lot more than I do Two-Face for some reason. So I'm not getting either one, but hopefully in the future we'll see.
Rob, what do you think of the figure? What do you think of the head sculpt? Is this something you would consider? Or, I mean, again, keep in mind it is unlicensed, it's third party. So
Yeah.
technically, it might not be as good as like a Hot Toys, but you probably won't be paying the same price either. Is this something that interests you? Because I know you're a big fan of the Batman Forever movie.
Yeah, you were shocked when I said that's the top 5 Batman movie. We went down to like top 6, but yeah, I think the figure looks pretty good except for the tongue. The tongue throws me off. So I mean, I know it's a pathetic way to say it, but that's probably going to make me not want to buy this figure. I do like the other head sculpt a lot more. Another thing that kind of bothers me, and I know you said it's not Hot Toys, and I can't, but his calf looks a little. It doesn't look like it fits the rest of his body. It might be the way he's standing, or they have him standing, but it just kind of looks unproportionate. But other than that, I think the suit looks great. I love the hat, the cane, and I love that they actually have a Riddler, Jim Carrey. Like, I mean, that's one of my favorite villains in all Batman was Jim Carrey's Riddler. So, yeah, but the tongue thing just really bothers me.
So I didn't like the tongue thing when it came to Peacemaker, even though he did that a lot in the show. But like for this, I just can't remember him even doing this. Like I can remember the big smile and everything, but like if you're doing a portrait, on a figure, you think you want something that was iconic, and this does not ring a bell for me. Flavio, what do you think? Is this something that interests you? Do you pretty much just stick to Hot Toys name brand?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to sound like a snob or anything, but I just haven't gotten any third party or anything so far. There are really good third parties out there though. Like this looks nice. Forever wasn't my favorite Batman, but I did appreciate it. You know, I loved Carrie as the Riddler, and just all the different villains that you got to see in that too. His suit is very nice. I like the color green, so I'm kind of biased. But I didn't really notice the tongue when you guys first showed me the images of this. But when we pulled it up today or the other day, and you guys said his tongue was out, I was like, wow, I didn't even notice that. I'm not too much of a fan of that. I like this better. Is that tongue still there? Right?
Tongue is out. So like for me,
it's like weird. I couldn't even see it
if
at
he's
first.
Smiling, like if he's got that Jim Carrey
just
smile,
smiling.
you know?
Yeah.
But the fact that he's got the tongue kind of hanging out, it's like,
yeah, I wish they would have had more just of a smiling face, like
right.
You know,
that's what
like
Jim Carrey does. He's got the big gangly smile,
right? Like he's all animated, but this is
or
kind of
even
like
something where he's like this, where he's got the open mouth smile, or where he goes like,
right.
I don't know, but
now
other than
because
that,
they are, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Rob.
Because they are third party, were they not allowed to use certain things from the movie? They kind of had to make it their own pose, kind of. Is that why they had the tongue? Like, oh, this is our own figure. Like, we're not taking any license and any look from the movie. Is that why they had to do something with the tongue rather than just look exactly like him?
I don't think so. I think it's just as long as you aren't
using the name,
branding him, the Riddler, Batman Forever. Fabs, I don't know if you want to speak to that, but I think it's more of just the branding, right?
What do you mean the branding?
Like for third party, you'll never see something that just says the Riddler from Batman Forever. It'll say like,
oh yeah, no, they can't because those names are trademarked, I believe. So
right. So it'll say like riddle me this or something as the figure.
He asked about the expression or something. Do you think the expression is because it's third party and they can't really like to call it their own?
You can't trademark an expression. You know what I mean? So they could do whatever they want to the head sculpt.
Well, I mean, I feel like this wasn't the route for them. Like, I think they just should have went like a plain, like,
I think they did this on purpose because that's how he was in the movie. You know what I mean? He was crazy, he was wacky, so they gave him that look.
I get it. It's not how I'd want my Riddler to look, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I see the calf thing too, though.
And another thing is,
like
look how you have to pose with that face too. You know, it's not every pose is going to work for that face with that tongue sticking out. Face. Yeah, this one's a little different, but that one is a little tougher to pull off in a pose. You know,
right?
So, Single Songwriter had a really good question, which I was actually wondering about too, and I don't think we have any way of knowing at this point. But he says, can the hat come off and use the other head with it? Or do you think it's sculpted onto that, or it's part of that head?
So what I think we're getting two different head sculpts, and I think what's happening is that suit. Go back to the other picture. That suit that he's wearing here, now go back, is under the head. You know what I mean? So I think we're getting the two outfits. Well, the jacket with the outfit. We're getting the two head sculpts, and obviously, I think I'm going to assume. And I'm going to guess that you can remove the hat, but why would you want to? It's probably the head garbage.
Unreal.
Unbelievable.
Fabs, are you getting this?
Once it comes out and I like it, then I'll get it. Right now, I didn't pre-order anything. I didn't pre-order either one. And my thing is, if I don't like the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, I don't want to get this one and not get the other one. You know what I mean? Because then it's like I really need both. But we'll see what happens when they come out.
And just in case you guys didn't see, we did get kind of a... See, I don't even know. I don't like this. Like, this is way too close to really be like advertising something as well, because I think you just see kind of the rough paint application. Like it's too close.
you notice it's 2 head sculpts. So we're getting 2. This one also. Look at the full smile.
He's smiling.
Right? See, and and his teeth are not showing here, but they are here.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, exactly. So 2 head sculpts on both. And for some reason, I don't like this one. Neither one does it for me. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens when they come out.
I think the sculpt looks good, but I think the paint application, like you said, looks too.
Yeah.
It looks cheap. It looks weak.
Flat. Yeah, cheap.
Yeah.
Chalky.
And they're good. You know what I mean? Mars Toys has been pretty good with every figure so far. So I don't know. Like I said, that's why I'm waiting to see what it looks like later on. But I have a feeling Hot Toys is making this eventually.
God,
and I get they're just like showing up. They're not unveiling it yet, but like I don't know. To me, this just doesn't do it any favors by showing it like so close up. But that's okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to say about this Two-Face or the Riddler?
No, yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't cop either of them. I'm just not too experienced with third parties, so
yeah.
I'm hoping Hot Toys comes out with the villains from Batman Forever. You know, I don't know how well Batman and Robin sold, but if they sold, half decent, maybe they will. So,
it's weird. And we've talked about this in the past, but like, so Batman Returns, very iconic villains. We don't have either of those. Batman Forever, the movie wasn't like great, but it was known for the villains. You don't have either of those villains. Batman and Robin was a joke, but I mean, Freeze was still kind of like, if we got a Freeze figure, I think he would sell well because he would just look so cool.
Freeze.
Yeah, you don't have him.
Poison Ivy.
Batman Begins, we never got like a Ra's al Ghul.
I think we will.
So it's just weird. Like, why is Hot Toys like not really want to do DC villains? Is there a rhyme or reason, or is it licensing? Is it just DC? Is it?
I think R&D. I think it's R&D.
I don't think so.
Elaborate on that a little bit.
I think, specifically when you bring up Penguin, I think there's a lot of R&D that's going into that guy. I think he's going to happen, but I think there's R&D to some of their, characters, and they just want to knock it out of the park. Like, think about that Tommy Lee Jones, Hot Toys is definitely, if they do that, they're going to replicate that depth, that's in that makeup, not just that cheap, flat look. And I think that's what they're trying to do in the back end. I think they've been working on them, is what my guess would be. But I think they're not really trying to reveal them because they're not in a rush, because, they know they're very highly anticipated characters and they want to knock it out the park. But I could be wrong.
Joker J is a interesting comment. He says Hot Toys is so backlogged for the next couple of years with contracts. Disney running Hot Toys lately, which I think we all kind of understand. The mouse runs things, or and DC kind of gets the leftovers.
No more mouse. It's a dragon now. Okay. No, I'm serious. Mickey's done. 2024, they're done. They got a new mascot now. It's a dragon. Yeah, swear to God, I heard it yesterday.
Dragon from what?
I don't freaking know. It's just a dragon next to Walt Disney now.
Drogon.
No more Mickey. Yeah, it's like a cartoon. It's like a cartoon dragon. Yeah, look it up. Because they're saying the rights for Mickey are over in 2024. So they're like, anybody's going to be able to use Mickey. So we have to get our own, our different mascot now. So they got a dragon.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But like Joker's saying, they do focus a lot on Star Wars, Marvel, stuff like that. But DC has been catching some fire lately, with these 2.0s, with these reissues, with just some of these figures coming out. So, and the fact that the movie was just so long ago, I don't know, the 90s, like, I can't understand why it's taken this long to do one,
Yeah.
So it's just, it's interesting.
Do you have to have the license for each character, or if you have it for the movie, then you're pretty much good? You know,
I think the movie title. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it be
I
the?
think it's per. I think it's per. I mean, I don't know, but I think
think it's per
per
person.
character. Yeah, because each character is trademarked. So I think you have
Wow.
to get a specific license for that product, which is the person, which is the character of the comic.
Because the way it works too, which we found, I think, is a lot of these WWE figure or these WWE stars have a hard time getting their rights to do figures. And I would assume that's because WWE owns the rights to make their own action figures or promotions and stuff like that. So that's why we haven't gotten a Drax for so long. That's why we didn't get a unmasked head sculpt of Peacemaker. Although you did get The Rock, but maybe because he's been out for so long, it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works, but it's just it's interesting to think about. There's no
Maybe The
rhyme or
Rock has
reason.
a different type of contract. He could still be in the WWE, but he's not 100%. You know what I mean? Like a full timer.
Right.
So I think maybe that's why.
Yeah. So I don't think we're ever gonna really know, but maybe just it depends on each individual themselves. So. FBJ says that's my problem with Hot Toys. They don't go deep with DC lines. That's the thing. They don't go deep. Like we got Batman Returns, and that was literally all we got from the movie. 89 Batman. It's kind of impressive that we actually got the mime Joker because of kind of how, like this comment says, they don't really go deep into that line. So the fact that he was only given 2 minutes in the movie in that outfit, it's pretty cool. So. Single songwriter Penguin 2, and they hinted at Catwoman and Batgirl. Austin says no, but Steamboat Mickey will be public domain this year. So he's calling Fabs fake. Fabs, would you like to rebuttal?
I'm good. I'm fake.
All right. Suicide Squad. All we got was Suicide Squad's a great one. I thought 100%, and maybe we still will, but I thought 100% we were going to get that red dress Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. All we got was King Shark, and technically Peacemaker is from his own show, and Harley is from the different Suicide Squad. So technically, you just got King Shark, which is just a weird. How are you gonna Fabs? You got him, and maybe it doesn't matter because
it's cool. It's a cool figure though.
It does look
looks
cool,
cool.
but the fact that he's just alone, I don't know. I mean, you have a lot of figures, so you can just kind of put him in with one. But
I have the 2 third parties. So I got the So Toys Bloodsport. I got the Present Toys or whatever it is, the last one that came
Polka
out.
Dot Man.
Well, I got Polka Dot Man. I got 2 Bloodsports. I got Polka Dot Man. I got King Shark, and that's it so far. So I have them all together on that shelf. And then from the original Suicide Squad, I put them all together, so I have 3 shelves total. But yeah, so far King Shark's not alone, but it's a cool figure. It's a statue, obviously. You can only move. I think the arms and the hands and the feet only rotate. But it looks really cool just there. You have a shark in your collection. Like, how badass is that?
And he was a great character too.
Yeah, so I love it. A very very basic figure, but even the texture on the skin. Awesome.
Man.
Eddie says you sell your soul when you work for WWE. I do believe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They get milked.
Just trying to catch up with you guys in the chat.
Do you think they ever do a Joker from the Joker movie?
That's interesting too.
Yeah, why hasn't that happened?
There've been so many statues,
Yeah.
and then third-party figures, but never a licensed Hot Toys.
Dude, and they can literally just use the same exact DC base, like even the one that they used for the Mark 1, and make it the steps, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
And you know what's
Yeah,
crazy?
imagine
Exactly. That would be badass.
Imagine that.
Doing the dance down the stairs. That'd be cool.
You know what's crazy too? They could have made that figure just because of the fact that every third-party company that sold that figure sold out of that figure every single time. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, oh, nobody's buying this. That's why. Like, I have about 6 Joker figures from like different companies, but one company was a couple companies I bought 2 of just to get the different looks. So I'm surprised that they didn't make. They could have combined all the accessories from all these figures and given them to you in a Hot Toy or DX or whatever, and it would have been, they would have made so much money. And it makes no sense why I didn't make it.
And Hot Toys is just such a weird company, like with timing, with choosing which figures to do, which to not do. And they're successful, so you can't really question it, but it's so weird when you really think about some of the choices, or like you think they're going to start to go down a line and then that they just stop and they go to something else. And then,
well, they have to, because think about it. Let's say for example, what just came out, Ant-Man, right? Let's just say. So if they were to come out with, right, so they just did the Wasp and Ant-Man, right? So let's say now they go Kang, they go Cassie, they go, just back to back. Like, at least at this point now, everybody's gonna be like, oh man, like this is annoying. Why the same movie? If they had started the company that way, we would have been, what's the word? We would have been trained to deal with
complete the line.
They do it. But because they never did, they were all over the place always. The moment they start doing that, if people complain about nothing now, forget it.
Dang, I never thought about it that way.
forget it.
Forget about it.
People will go crazy. People will go crazy. Oh my God, another Ant-Man figure. And then once you see something else, finally another movie. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's not going to be good.
Well, I could even see Cassie being like way down the road, because you think about like the Hawkeye show. We still haven't even gotten Hawkeye. He was teased.
Yeah, but you got to remember though, these are shows and these are movies. The popularity of a movie is not of the same of a show, so they don't really have to rush figures from a show necessarily. But a movie is a different world. They got to keep you hooked to that movie, because that movie comes and goes. A show is constant. You know what I mean? Just every week is a new episode.
Wasn't Hawkeye just kind of like a mini series? Like, it's not like they're doing season 2.
Yeah, and they never did a Kate Bishop, right? That's her name.
They did.
Kate Bishop.
They never gave us Hawkeye.
I think I did see that. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, they just haven't. They teased Hawkeye. They just never put him up for pre-order yet.
Okay.
She went waitlisted already.
Yeah, she's.
Wow.
Don't believe it, Flavio. Don't believe it.
I do. Until they're in D'Lo's hands, I won't believe him.
D'Lo's all calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah, he's like, oh, don't worry, they'll come to you.
Well, when you don't collect, that's what happens. What are you worried about if you're not collecting? You got nothing. Unbelievable. It's like
unbelievable.
You think Graham stresses out? Absolutely not.
I don't stress.
Oh my gosh!
Just realized my AirPods aren't working.
Your what?
Oh, there we go. Now we got them. I had to reconnect my AirPods. All right. Let's see. Joker says that the Batman tactical suit is low stock. If anyone interested on the panel, pull the trigger. Was watching it anyway.
Me and Graham are in debt for a little bit.
Flavio and I will not be getting any new figures till like summer is over or summertime starts. Maybe.
Word.
So if anybody wasn't watching Fabs' channel on Saturday, go watch it. But like, how many comments did we see where they're just like, "Hey guys, DeLorean's blue screen. He's gonna go waitlist real soon." And Flavio and I are like talking, and it is a vehicle that I've wanted and I've been planning to get, but I wasn't ready to pull the trigger because I don't really have the funds right now. I'm trying to recoup still from the module cases, Christmas.
You know what was weird about Saturday? You guys started sweating when you saw that message. You both were like, "Oh,
dude,
no."
My palms were like,
because and I've been pretty good, like the Batman figure where it's talking about almost gone. I still haven't pre-ordered. I'm like, nope, not worrying about it. I'll get it, a different way, or I don't believe Sideshow's tactics. Some of these other figures too, where they're like, they're going low. The only one that I did pre-order was Peacemaker because I did want to make sure I got that. So I'm not really believing like the hype when they're like, he's low stock and he hasn't even been released yet. But the DeLorean was like a different story because I heard so many stories about people that missed out on the first one and how much regret they had.
Yeah, but it was a different world back then too. You got to remember that.
It was, but I didn't want to miss out, but I wasn't really set up for it yet. Yeah. So I went in 3 times while we're alive on the show, and I had it in my cart, and I was getting ready, and then I cancel out, and then I'm like, no, I even told you guys like I'll sleep on it. And then all of a sudden, it's like,
I did it. He's like, I was like, are you serious? I'm doing it.
So I told Flavio I just did it. And then he did it too. And then, of course, like, was it the next day, right? The next morning, it's back in stock. Bastards. They got us. And I told you guys, like, I've been good, but they got me.
And D'Lo put them down. Unbelievable.
I'm happy, though, because, like Graham said, I wanted, the DeLorean. I knew it from the day that they announced it. I was like, dude, if there's any vehicle that I get from Hot Toys, like it would have to be that one. You know what I mean? And I got the Doc and Marty, and I'm like, God, how could you just have them without the car? Like,
it was my plan all along too. So it's like,
right. And I just wanted to wait till like the spring, like you said,
right,
like
me
just
too.
A couple more. I was ready, like a couple more months. That was going to be in the pipeline, but had to be that night.
I think so far, out of all the Hot Toys vehicles, I think the most iconic ones are 89 and DeLorean.
Yep,
right.
I would agree.
That DeLorean
100%.
looks sick.
Did you?
I love the interior of that thing.
Yeah. By the way, do you have the third-party lightning rod to the original car?
Did he freeze? We still got him?
The lightning rod that comes up the DeLorean from the original.
Who are you talking to?
You're the only one with the.
No, but what are you talking about? What the lightning rod?
Didn't it have like a long rod on it, and Hot Toys didn't make it with that?
Oh, that doesn't come with anything long rod, nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've seen some people in the community, I believe, that have because did it not the first DeLorean?
Well, like a long antenna? I don't know.
Right, and I think Hot Toys didn't make it. But
if it's supposed to have
was it custom?
I thought it was third party. I don't know who made it, but
yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it, so find a picture and send it to me.
All right.
Gambit says he just got his DeLorean notification. I hope mine is not. I did not do the payment plan.
What?
I guess I didn't, because I think I kept going back in, and then on the third time I forgot to do the payment plan.
Dude, just cancel it and do it again.
No,
I can still change it.
You can set it up.
Still change it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping. I kind of don't want to. I'm just kind of hoping because I just pre-ordered it now. I'm hoping like I'm on the back end and they give me another month or so. But I guess we'll see.
Fire.
I know, because it'll be like, here's your heads up. We're processing your order in about 1 hour. Oh,
Howard,
okay, thanks.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how they give you 1 day to process your stuff. It's insane.
Yeah.
Howard's gonna
Graham, are you gonna put that DeLorean underneath your tumbler, or are you gonna put it where you're back?
That's a great question. Yeah, that's a great question. I thought about putting him in the DF, but it is a bit smaller than the 89 Batmobile and the tumbler, so I think I could just put it in one of these 6110s and then keep the turtles, because the turtles are quarter scale, so they are bigger. So when they're in these cabinets, they do get kind of cut off. So I might have to play around with it, and then I was going back and forth. I'm like, do I just not get the DeLorean and then wait for the new Batmobile to come out, that like old muscle car looking one?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have 3 spaces of, Batmobiles, and that might still happen, but I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where I'll figure it out later, but I think it would fit okay in the 6 series.
If I can, I'm going to do the 89 Batmobile as well, and those will be my vehicles.
You know what I think, Flavio? I think you're going to end up using that case behind you for your vehicle. That's going to be your garage when you get the new cases. Watch.
Maybe, yeah. You might be right. No, but I think
eventually you'll see. You're going to use that as just for your vehicles.
Oh, eventually, yes. Yep. But yeah, hopefully Sideshow lets me get that 89 Batmobile as well.
Hey Flavio, are you going to get the new suit Spider-Man? Did you pre-order the new suit or no?
The one with the snow base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I pre-ordered that the day it came out. I got like
sick.
2 more payments, I think.
When it comes to pre-orders, actually, Flavio has a great collection. So
That was a good one.
Hey, they're coming though. They're coming.
They're coming. I have dude. I think I'm still like out of everything that I pre-ordered, I'm still most excited for my Green Goblin. Like the whole No Way Home line. Like,
you got the one the hobo one?
I got both of them. Yeah.
Do you?
wow.
Nice.
I got both of them. Doc Ock.
I'm stuck between which one I should get out of the Green Goblins.
Do both. I mean, I'm biased. I love Green. Green Goblin.
Channel, you know?
Green Goblin is like literally has to be my favorite Spider-Man villain for sure. Second runner-up is Doc Ock, but here's
how I would have to justify having to pick one. Right, so the first one, obviously, it's the full-blown, the original suit, Green Goblin suit, the villain, the classic look. But that new hobo look is badass. So I would definitely get that second look, just because the other one, the original one, is just very plain, very blah. Even though that's the character, it's what's supposed to be, but that battle damage on that hobo one, forget it. Can't beat that.
Yep. He's right. I think the hobo one is gonna wow you more than the original one.
Sure.
But the original
one, it shows the actor
me,
too, which is really cool.
Right.
Well, don't you get both of the head?
Yeah, you get a head scope. You get head scopes on both.
For both.
Yeah.
But
really?
Yeah, you get the same one for both of them, which is kind of a tacky move too that they did, because I was expecting them to do 2 different head sculpts. But it is what it is. But the original one still.
It's not that you were expecting them to make anything. They told us they were going to make something.
Yeah, right. Because they had him hidden there for a while, and then they played us there. But I just love the original one, like the Sam Raimi movies. That's what I resonate with Green Goblin. So the first one was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, Rob. The only reason you're here is because we're going to be a bad influence and we're going to turn you to the Hot Toys side.
No, I love his Legos though.
Hey man, you see this?
I love his Legos.
Stuff's not cheap, man.
Nah, word, bro.
Let me tell you something.
Hot Toys might be cheaper for what he's been doing lately.
Let me tell you something, Flavio. If you like his Legos so much,
come to the dark side, my friend. Let's
get into it. Get into it, okay?
No, it's funny that you say that, because I've never really built Legos, but if there's a couple
Did you sell
Legos,
that Nissan yet?
No, I didn't. I still haven't. I haven't even opened it. But there's only a couple things that I would get from Legos, and I'd get a Venator. I'd get that Millennium Falcon. I'd get the UCS stuff. I'd go all in. That's what
AT is sick.
That's what I would do, and I'd leave it up.
$850 though. Shit.
Yeah, no. And I'd probably.
If anybody doesn't know, Rob actually just bought the Titanic yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Wait, from Lego?
Yeah. He just bought the Titanic.
9,000 pieces.
Dude, what?
You're gonna be 55 when you're done.
It's 4 feet long.
Yo, but Rob, do you know this? There's this YouTube guy that he does he builds.
That's awesome.
He does that's sick.
And it opens up in half.
You could put that in a glass case.
Yeah,
Dude,
I want to put it underneath my
4
TV
feet.
or something. Yeah,
you could get
almost.
It would look amazing in a long Maju case, a 6 series, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then the longer ones.
Yeah. Beautiful.
You got to do time lapse builds, bro.
Oh, it's so hard though. Man, I can try. I only use my phone though, so I have to figure out. I need a good editing system or something,
Hey man,
but I'll look into it.
Rob, you got some people in here that are with you. Lego can be dope.
Well, because
Legos are fun.
Legos,
fun.
Yeah.
No, Legos are fun. It's just a different level of fun. You know what I mean? It's not.
Sure. Oh, for sure.
It's a different. It's a different world.
Right.
Right. Well,
but make no mistake, we will turn you.
Just pre-ordered the Green Goblin. Let's go.
All right.
What? Yeah.
Which one? The hobo?
Yeah.
All
I've
right.
been talking to you, Graham, about it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to do it, but I don't want to wait so long. Now we're talking about it, and why not do
But
it
the
while
good
I'm on
thing
the
though,
show? So
the good
Is he your
thing though,
favorite?
Rob, is by the time it comes, well, maybe not this one, but some of these figures, by the time
wife
they come
can't
out,
kill
your
me
kids will be out
until,
of daycare.
2024.
This is
Yeah,
what you need
exactly.
to do.
There you
This is
go.
what you need to do. Ready? Sleep on it. Don't order it in 2 minutes. Just sleep on it. And then tomorrow, decide. Not like these
That
two.
Too late.
That never happens for me because my sleep on it is kind of like Graham's the other night. Is like a 10-minute span of carting in and out, and then I'm like, oh, I accidentally purchased it. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going like this the other night. I was going in waves. I was like, oh right, I just ordered it, and then I'm like, what the hell did I just do?
Dude, and
And
when
then
you
I'm
see
like,
the-
oh no, I'm
Pretty
good with
sweet.
it. And then the next
When-
morning, oh, it's back.
when you see your order number at the top, you go.
But no, I do look at it. I'm like, you know what? I have it. I don't have to worry about it. It was on my list. The other ones that are on my list right now is the In Art Joker, which who knows when that's coming. The Scissor Hands, and then I do want the Chrome Mando, but I know that thing is going to sit for a long ass time, and I'm going to get that on a really good deal
Same.
because A, there's so many Mando figures, and so B, we've seen them sit for a long time, so this one should be no different. C, there's going to be more seasons of Mando, so we're probably going to get even more figures. So I think I'm gonna sit on that one because I was close to picking that up before I got the DeLorean, but I'm gonna wait. So
You can
Yeah, and
always
I'm
get it
definitely
in a
looking for a
raffle.
second one. I'm looking for a second Mando, Chrome Mando, so I could clean off the that weathering on the helmet and make them like clean chrome. Oh my god, I'm dying to do that. I love the way that chrome looks clean, unreal.
See, I like
Rob,
the kind of dirty look.
Gambit says Legos are fun, but I would be scared to bump into them. Have you ever knocked anything off or down?
I have not knocked anything off yet, but I just took that Batwing off the stand and a little piece came off. I just got to put it back on, so that's a pain in the butt. But other than that, no, not yet. But I know it's going to happen. I have 2 little kids, so they're
You
gonna
ever step
one
on a
day
Lego?
get some. Yes.
When you were and when you were selling your house and you had people come through to look at the house, you came home from a showing and you had a couple were broken up, right?
They're the T-Rex.
So fuck this house.
Which you guys can't really see, but yeah, the T-Rex was knocked over from the T-Rex breakout from Jurassic Park. Leg was off, and at first I was like, "Oh, did he fall over?" But then one of the Jeeps was like moved all the way to the other side. I was like, "Yeah, somebody had their kid here. They're playing with the Lego sets, and so." Yeah,
Oh man.
But sometimes I get a set, and I don't have a piece out of the 3,000 pieces, and the piece isn't in there. But Lego does a good thing where you can say, "Hey, did not get this piece," and they send it to you for free. But it's still a pain in the butt. Like, why is that happening?
So they miss
You know?
pieces?
Not a lot, but it does happen. Yeah.
Wow.
And you're like, "Am I blind? Do I not see it?" And you're looking everywhere, and it's not there. So that's happened to me twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joker
never
J has the same
thought
thought
of it.
process as me when it comes to Mando, and he says, "Yeah, bargain bin it." Eddie says it's that line is a death trap.
That is true.
Fab says, "Don't forget to hit that like button, guys." Thank you,
Ooh.
Fabs. Always looking out for the channel.
Always.
That's what we do in this group.
Look at that, guys. Got 2 coming.
Woo!
Yeah.
Ooh, you got the Scarlet
Woo.
Witch.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I can't see the
And he
credit.
got-
Hold on.
He got this. Wait, you got the Scarlet Witch too? The original one from
WandaVision.
WandaVision, right?
Yep.
That one's like Fab said. I think that one's
So
still
it's
gonna
by
be.
February, so hopefully.
I think that's gonna be a coveted figure later when it comes out because the 2 from the Multiverse of Madness one.
Yeah.
Are you still considering a Black Widow?
Yeah.
Or is,
I
okay,
am.
well, good. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
later then.
Okay.
What is
good.
your Rob? What's your kind of like game plan for Hot Toys? Like, do you have like a certain line, or do you have a certain set of characters or villains, heroes? Like, what do you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more into Spider-Man than anything. I actually bought the upgraded suit and sold that one to Graham about a year ago. So I was really wanting to get into those Spider-Man figures, but now it's kind of like I really I really liked the show WandaVision more than I think a lot of people, and I just had a lot of fun with that show. So I really wanted her. And then I loved Into the Spider-Verse, which is why I have him and Spider-Gwen. So just if I really love the figure, I'm going to get it. And if I don't get it, I still admire the figures. I love going, and looking at all your all's, tours and everything. I think they look amazing. But if I have a few $100s to spend, I want to spend it on something I like. I like both Lego and Hot Toys. So it's kind of like, well, do I buy this, which I really like, and I can put on my shelf, or do I buy this, what I really like, and can also do a video on it for my channel? So it's kind of like, well, I got to do the Lego.
Gotcha. So you're into the Spider-Verse like me, huh?
Oh yeah. So if they do any other Spider-Man or Spider guys from Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Universe or Across the Spider-Verse,
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna get that. I wish they did a Spider-Man Noir. I know I'm saying that wrong, but that would have been really cool.
yeah. Who made that third party? Don't they have that?
Yeah, I did see a third party. I'm not sure who makes it though. And
It would be dope if Hot Toys did it though.
Yeah.
I'd really like them to make the one from the Fantastic Four suit from the game. I forget what's it called, but he has the bag over his head. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
If they did that one.
Yeah. That's cool.
I don't know why, but it would be real cool.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Rob as well. He gifted me with Robin this weekend to go with my Batman.
I've always been your sidekick.
He's
It's a
always
beautiful
been
thing.
the Alfred to my Batman, so I really do appreciate it.
Where'd you get that?
From Rob.
Why are you doing that?
I wish I had friends like that.
He helped me. He helped me get my house together for the.
And I got to help him move twice.
And he's got to help me move twice. So I was like, well, I'll help you out.
What a beautiful thing.
Looks like I'm helping you move too. Where's mine?
Hey man.
So anybody in the chat, if you want to help support the channel,
sure.
I'll give you a shout out if you want to gift me with a figure. I think that's a fair trade-off. So yeah. Throw that out there.
The only reason he has me on here tonight, he feels bad. So.
All right, guys, let's get some really good conversations going on tonight. I'm trying to figure out. I want to skip one of these topics because I do want time for us to play the Hot Toys versus game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking a lot about kind of Rob's introduction to Hot Toys. And I know one of your biggest concerns compared to Lego is Hot Toys long lead time. So like Rob told me just the other day, the one cool thing about Lego is you hear about something and 3 months later it's on the shelf. And he just, it's hard to understand Hot Toys where they announce something and then a year and a half, 2 years at some points, then it comes out. So the thing I want to talk about is why can't Hot Toys cut their lead time down to 8 to 12 months? Or do we think they ever will? Or, let's just talk about the lead time in general. Do you guys have a problem with it? Does it annoy you? I know Fabs, you kind of mentioned, maybe this was backstage, I don't remember, but you don't really care when a figure comes out because you have it secured. But like the thing is too, and this is kind of morbid, I guess, but like I don't know where I'm going to be at in 2 years. Like I could be dead for all I know. Like, seriously, like I just don't know. Like it's so long. But then again, it's
Is
not
my name on your will if you die.
No, but
He's
I was
asking for
telling
the
these
Robin
guys,
back already.
We were
I
talking.
know. He's like, I need that back.
I gifted him that, so actually that should just go back to me. No, people do that actually. Did you know that?
What, Indian give?
Well, no, they'll be like, well, I gifted that to this person, so I should.
I'll take it back when he's dead.
I get dibs on it, type of thing.
Oh my.
So
I'll make sure to do that.
No, but I did. We were talking like
It's like I'll make sure to do that.
we were talking on your channel. I think it was Fabs about like insurance and for you it'd just be like a nightmare to do, and even for me, I just wouldn't really want to do that. But I just said, if something happened to me, God forbid, I just said I would entrust that Rob would just take care of selling my stuff and giving the money to my family. Like I would entrust
50%.
him to at least look on eBay, see what they're going for, and then sell them, whereas opposed to like somebody else might just start a rummage sale and then $50
my
for this.
Lord.
And
You
can you imagine
that?
like
Driving
Yondu
up
$50?
Driving
Well,
up
we
to
have
a
it on
yard
this
sale
YouTube.
and Hot Toys. I'm taking all of them.
So
We have it on this video now. So if you do die,
right,
then I can
that's
prove
true.
to
That's proof.
the
So,
lawyers or to Jenny or whoever. Yeah.
Right.
Before you
Can you
decide
imagine though,
to
like
die,
somebody just has a rummage sale and they usually do like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and by Sunday, if they have shit there, they're just like, buy one, I'll give you 2 more for free. And
Oh my Lord.
You know what? Screw it. Screw it. I'll do raffles. That might be better.
don't copy me. Don't copy me.
He'd be dead. I'd be helping him out. Yeah.
Yes,
all about helping the family.
Before you decide to die, just watch the show, okay? Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
He's got a point.
I will, because right now I'm deep into The Last of Us and then 1923, which is a Yellowstone spinoff. And then because I do have that PS5, I actually have been playing it a lot at night. So I did get The Last of Us Part 2, and I started that the other day.
He's a gamer.
So
boy.
now I actually do have time to watch shows, but now I'm playing like the video games.
Now that he's
and
got
I'm playing
the good
that
system, he's a gamer.
I'm playing that $4
He had an Xbox,
football
never
game on the
played it.
Switch too.
You know what's funny? I haven't played.
It's so good.
I haven't played video games in a while. Like I'll do it like here and there, but very rare. Yesterday, I played Marvel Avengers. I played the Rocky fighting the boxing game on PS4. I was playing like every game that I played Mafia. I downloaded Mafia for free.
Oh, that's a good game.
I started playing it, and it took a half hour to load. I was like, I'm good. So so that's what happened. But I've been playing lately too. I missed it a lot. It's fun.
It is. It would be fun.
I miss gaming.
The fun thing about games for me was the single player stories. So like The Last of Us and even like Red Dead Redemption, stuff like that. But then the other part was playing like Call of Duty with friends, not just going on and listening to strangers, but if you just had friends in a private chat.
Left and right, yeah.
That was always just a fun time. So that's something we should all do.
Private match. Yeah, I got to get the game. I got to get God of War and Call of Duty, and then
I'd give you my God of War if I could, but it's digital. I can't get into it.
What?
I can't get it's a beautiful game, but it's probably because I played the original so long ago and I hadn't played anything since.
You only played the first one?
Right.
That's sacrilegious, bro.
Yeah, that's why it's exactly why I just can't get into it.
Yeah, you need to do
all. But like I go back to The Last of Us, which is the game I played on the PS3, and it just rekindles everything that I had for it. And I almost just want to play it even again. Like I just love the story of that game so much.
It is a good game.
That's the only game I think I've ever beaten twice, actually.
You never played The Last of Us 2 yet?
No, I just started.
Dude, what do you think so far?
Well, I literally just did the snowball fight with the kids and then walked to the bar and then we're going out. But like I know what's gonna happen. So I know what happens with Joel and I know what is
what happens with Joel.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not falling into that trap. But
did you guys see the meme? Did you guys see the meme of the show? It was like Pablo Pascal's face on both pictures. So it was like when you don't know what's gonna happen and they announce season 2 and he's smiling and then he goes, when you do know what happens, he's crying. He was hysterically crying. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything about that game.
Are you watching the show though, Fab?
No, I don't know anything about anything.
The show is amazing.
The last scary game I bought was Resident Evil 2, and after that I was like, I'm good. Because
it's not as scary as like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, though. There's some tense parts for sure, but
Silent Hill was more scary than Resident Evil, I think.
Silent Hill I'm like, why am I playing this? This is like
I had Silent Hill for PlayStation 1, I believe, and then I had Resident Evil 2 for PlayStation 2, and I never bought any horror games after that. I was like, I'm good.
They're all great games, though.
Graham, you have to play Uncharted.
Oh my gosh!
You're a Tomb Raider fan.
I'm a Tomb Raider fan.
You never played that either?
No.
I played the first one. The first one was fun. I never played any
people that did Last of Us.
I beat all of them.
Yeah, I only played.
Once they remake it for PS5, then
did.
They did. I think
There's
they
a
did.
No, I
whole
thought they're just
collection.
PS4.
Oh,
yeah, they're
collection,
PS4
collection,
remaster.
collection. No, it's a collection. Yeah, the remastered stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Once they do Red Dead a remaster too, I'll buy that one again. But I was thinking about getting Grand Theft Auto remastered because those are only like $20 right now.
I never
Just wait
played
till
any
the
of
new
those.
one comes out.
Yeah, never
Is it
played
this year?
Yeah, I think so. It should be coming
I have
out this fall,
I
theoretically.
have a feeling it pushed more to like December.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll probably fall
probably gonna
like
be-
for December, and it'll
Because that happened with the fifth one. I thought it was like it kept getting delayed,
Yeah.
or at least once it got delayed.
Can you believe that came out the same year as Last of Us? And how long it lasted?
They're 10-year
Like,
games.
man,
Like 6 is
it's
gonna
crazy.
run till like another
2035.
10
I'm good with
years.
that.
Yeah. Yep. And dude, like the dev, like we're going on a tangent now, but the dev
I don't. We're
like,
not even on the topic anymore.
the dev videos like for the
How
new
did we get
game
here?
is insane. I don't remember.
I don't either. I'll have to rewatch this. But going back to it, so Fabs, we kind of know what your thoughts are, but do you think there's a way that they in the future they could cut down their lead time to like 6 to 12, 8 to 12 months type of thing? I think that's more than fair.
No, anything's possible. They just got to hire more people. The problem is, are they really trying to do that? You know what I mean? We apparently last year they acquired more, either one or two more factories. I don't know. Does that mean they're trying to, pump out figures faster, or does that mean they're going to be making more volume? You know what I mean? So we don't know. Would I rather more volume than faster figures? Absolutely not. So, but we just have to wait and see what happens over time. But I don't think their goal is to be making figures faster. I think their goal is to be making more figures, believe it or not, which is annoying and it sucks, but I think that's their mentality. I don't think it's about us. I think it's about them,
Well, like Joker said, it's Disney's pumping out all these shows. Like
Right.
Marvel has just been spewing out shows, so it's really hard for them to keep up. So
Yeah,
while they
very
may
hard.
be opening up more factories or hiring more people, it's probably just to do more characters instead of getting stuff done faster. So that is kind of a bummer. But Hell's Dorman says, as a new purchaser, these pre-order dates are a turnoff. I mean,
Well, that's what happened. If that's an issue for you, and there are things that you want to get that are out already, you could start going backwards if it's something that you're looking to do. You could take the time while you wait for the new figures to come out, look at the old ones that you may want.
That's true. I mean, if you are a new purchaser, there is plenty on Sideshow to pick from. But I get it. It sucks because like the 89 Batman and the Batmobile was just announced, and it's like, now wait a year and a half. It's like,
Well, let's say I knew nothing about Hot Toys at all, and I have a buddy that posted something. I'm like, oh, that looks awesome, and I'm thinking about getting it, and I see, 2024. Oh, okay, and then I just move on. Like, don't you think they've lost out on a lot of buyers because of that? Like, at least new buyers.
I don't know.
probably some. I don't think it's enough though for them to really care. In Maju cases, the same thing. Like people won't get Maju cases because they won't wait that long, but yet they're okay waiting for these figures.
But that's a different thing.
Granted, it's your whole display, I guess. But you must
you
already
wanna
have some
display 'em.
sort of display. So, maybe, but I don't think it's like a whole ton because I think what happens is somebody buys a figure and because this is what happened to me. You buy the figure, you get it in hand, and you're just like, whoa, like this is what I've been missing out on. Like this is amazing. And then I think you're okay because you're not going to get another type of quality figure like the one you have in hand. So you're like, well, I have to wait because there's nothing else to get. They're all this long of a wait. So I think that's what happens a lot is you get hooked and then you can buy these figures that you start by getting the ones that are available. And then you're like, man,
exactly.
I got to add Cad Bane, to my Boba Fett line or whatever. So I think that's what happens a lot.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened because when I first got my upgraded suit, like that's all what was going through my mind. I was like, okay, for a price point value, like, is this worth it? And when I unboxed it, I was like, dang, like this is actually more than what I was expecting. Like, to be honest, I'm gonna just be 100% real. Like when I felt the body and everything, I was like, yo, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
and then
I think what happens is people, for example, Rob said he sees something, he likes it. I think what happens after that is the person starts researching what this company is.
yep,
And what happens is you either end up on Google or on eBay and you start seeing all the stuff they made. And even if what you just saw is not available, you're going to end up buying something that you do like that's available. And that's what's going to get you hooked.
that's
You're
exactly
gonna,
what happened.
you're gonna wait 3 years if you have to for the next one because
That's
you're gonna
exactly.
be that happy with that. So I think that's what happens.
Yep.
Sure.
And I don't know. I'm kind of like on the same side of like where Fab comes from with the turnaround time, because one, it's all I knew when I first got into the hobby. Obviously, like when I got my upgraded suit, then I started, getting stuff that was in stock. And then when I seen the announcements, I was like, oh, like I seen the turnaround time, and I was like, well, that's pretty far. Like, I didn't really understand it either. But in my mind, I thought it took that long for them to, like actually get all of these made and, get these out to all these people. But I feel like the time helps me balance out what I'm going to get next and when I'm getting it. And because I don't know, I just feel like I have a method to my madness since I've been buying. I've been on, a route of like, oh, I'm not going to get this one. I'm going to get it, 3 weeks from now because I'm pretty sure it'll still be there. But I'm going to get this one because I know it's coming sooner. You know what I mean? Like it's just a mad dash game to the end. But sometimes in the end, it is what it is. You can't get everything. But it sucks that you do have to wait that long because, like Rob said, if they announce it right there and you see it, you might be more inclined to curating your collection quicker than what you do, because maybe a lot of collectors, what they do is that they accumulate all these figures because they like them, at that moment, but then at that later, down the road when they finally get it, is it, still falling in line with what they want to collect? People trade, buy, sell. So it is a flip of a coin, but
Yeah, and focusing so much on, hey, it's such a long wait and all that. We focus on that a lot, but what we don't really talk about is how awesome it is that we can spend 5-7 months to pay it off and actually be able to get that figure. Whereas if I had to spend the 3 something right, or 280 right away, then I wouldn't be able to do it. But because I can say, oh yeah, I can pre-order that real quick and worry about $51, for 4 or 5 months, that's nothing.
100%.
So that's a big give too, because you look at it that way and it's like, oh, okay. Like you brought up Lego, like how it could be like 3 months. You can't do that with Lego, so it's nice to be able to afford those big DeLoreans or something in a different way, where you spend like $120 a month and then you still get it,
And
you don't lose
and
out.
now that you say it that way, do you think if the turnaround time was way quicker, do you think this would be like vanilla? Like, do you think they would be like out in the stores then at that point? Like, do you think that would lack the luster, or do you think they would still be niche?
Well, that's the thing too, though, is I going a little off topic, but I'll bring it around back. Lego is a bigger company, let's face it, just because of
100%.
kids and all this. So they have their own store and, bringing up the storefront and all that. So, that brings in a whole different world. Was your question, do I think that if you could buy this at, like, let's say the mall, like, would it still be a big thing, or?
No, I'm just in general, like, do you think if the turnaround times were shorter, do you think this would push Hot Toys to be pushing them out just to all retailers instead of, because they're like, oh, just take it because we're making all of these other ones. Like,
Oh,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
For sure. Yeah. And yeah.
So
And
I don't like that route,
yeah, I agree.
because that's what got me into like, like, oh, cool. Like, this is like, I didn't even know about this stuff. Like, it's crazy. It's just
Yeah.
it's truly a different world, and I'm so happy I found it. You know what I mean? Because it's like I didn't even know that there was like a big community like that. I've always, had toys and, action figures growing up, but when you get into these like, super realistic figures, it feels different. It does. It feels good
Yeah.
to be like, I have that piece of nostalgia with that, Kenner style toy that I had, or that, figure that I had when I was growing up, but this is like the top of the top, so it
Yeah.
would suck if that got stripped from him, because that's a big part of the hobby, I feel like.
We just had to get you out of Amish country, and then we opened up a new world to you.
It's insane. Isn't it a crazy thing when your friend shows you what electricity can do?
So Joker J says I could deal with the wait times better if they were more accurate with their delivery schedule.
Yeah.
Hard to budget with a 6-month window. That is something that I have not liked. I liked it when they did the 3-month window, and now to cover their own butts, they're doing the 6-month window so that they don't have to delay something, because now they have more time to push it back. Which
and it'll still get delayed. It'll still get delayed.
That's annoying. So yeah, I totally agree with that. It is annoying to like look at the Batman and say, oh, it could come in June of 2024 or December of 2024. It's just like, geez, that's such a long window of possibilities. I'll probably be dead in 2 years. My wife has never been a gamer, and now she plays The Last of Us every day when she gets home. Dude, it is, and I think the cinematic parts of it really just help bring you in. Like, I finished the game and I told the wife, I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm like kind of emotional, like, because you care about. I wasn't crying or anything, but like you care about these characters, and you have this bond, and like the graphics are so good, it brings you into the game.
It's like a movie.
Right. And she's like, but she doesn't really get it or care, but it's
a playable movie.
It's just I've never played a game like that before. Yeah.
Yep. And it's crazy because my fiance watched me play that game as well. She watched me play the first one, not the second one, but we're watching the show together. And from the first episode, like, she just was like, oh my gosh, it looks just like, it's like the game. So it's cool to see that.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing the game and you feel that good about it, and you have somebody that's watching you play it and they feel the same way, that could tell you the scale of the game itself.
The trick is to order so much stuff that first year that 4 to 5 figures roll in a month. While you wait for next year's figures.
That's what's happening. I feel like.
Well, that's what I did.
Yeah.
When I started, I was just buying everything I saw.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Like, and now I've
Dilo's my therapist, so he told me to slow down.
Yeah, exactly. A non-collector telling a non-collector to slow down. Unbelievable.
What was your guys' first figure?
Well, I'll go first. Mine was the BVS Batman, and it was loose, so I got a really good deal on it. And then I just bought a box later, or an art box. But I still have the figure right here. And
you didn't sell it yet? I'm shocked.
No. Yeah. Well. How about you, Fabs? What was your first? You probably can't remember that far back.
Oh, I remember that. It was a Dark Knight, I forget the MMS, but it was the very
when I got figures, I had to walk to Hong Kong and pay in cash, and
I had to walk to eBay to place my order. So it was my first figure was the Dark Knight Batman, the very, very first ugly one. And then my second figure was a Mark 3 or Mark 4. I think it was a Mark 3, actually. No, it was a Mark 6. It was a Mark 6. It was my first Iron Man figure. Mark 6. Plastic. The very, very first one they made. Yep.
Everybody knows my first figure, so.
Was it the one on the shelf there, the upgraded suit?
Yep, it was an upgraded suit. Actually, funny thing about it, that's 2 upgraded suits, because my first hot toy that was ever sent to me was defect. So I literally emailed Sideshow, and that's when I found out that they were,
Wait, I thought you said you sent me your first figure.
What is that? A bobblehead?
Oh man.
Yeah, it was actually
Fabs, how much did you spend on that?
1,000.
It was defected, so they sent me another body. So yeah.
Oh man.
That's pretty cool.
Single songwriter said Star Wars: A New Hope 2-pack, Stormtroopers, then Han and Chewie.
Wow.
Got some fire with his first figures there.
Wow. Technical grails.
Sideshow Batman wore black and white. Netflix Daredevil.
Wow. That was a good one.
Man, that's crazy.
I really want that figure too, man. Like that OG one.
Yeah. Maybe Fabs will sell you one.
Maybe if he's my friend.
One what?
Wait, what? No, because I already had figures for him. So one what?
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Oh, you want my extra one?
Absolutely.
Nah. Unreal.
Fabs to Flavio.
All day.
Oh my.
Nathan says his first was Bespin Leia.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That is so cool.
Can
You
you
always
imagine,
remember your first.
buying your first figure, not even realizing the value of it, like in the future? Can you imagine?
That's crazy. Like a lot of people have really good first figures out there, man.
Throw away the box and not care anymore. And wow, man. This is worth money now.
It would have been. Can you imagine if somebody got like the Tarkin Invader or the Han and Chewie 2-pack and just like tossed the box when they got it new? And...
A lot of people.
Who does that?
I know a lot. You know what? Somebody I met years ago. He never kept any of the boxes. What he would do was he would take everything out of the boxes, the hands, the accessories, put them in Ziplocs, and then just store them. So he would have 0 boxes, but everything was. I'm like, are you crazy? I mean, obviously you don't have a big collection doing that, but it's like, my God, can you imagine me doing that? Putting all these things in Ziplocs?
I can't imagine you storing all the boxes.
Well, no, that's different. You got objects for that, but it's like, my God.
You got most of yours in your garage, you said?
So I built shelves in the garage. I have a bunch in the closet here. I have a spare bedroom that's completely empty. It's filling up now. The boiler room is filled. Yeah.
His bathtub is filled.
It's a lot. And the only thing I've ever thrown out was shippers. I never threw out, regular boxes. But the shippers, I'm like, oh, I don't need this. God, do I regret that so bad.
It's the
and you don't even sell. And you
no, because in the beginning you don't know. When you first start getting into this hobby and the hot toys, you don't really know much. You know what I mean? You just think it's just a regular toy coming in a regular box that you're going to throw away anyway. And then once you get in it, you realize that the box is part of the figure. So it's like, oh man, why did I throw that away? But you don't know when
we had you for.
What?
That's what
we got. The wily vet.
Yeah.
You learn, okay? You learn as you grow.
This is interesting. Single Songwriter says, I didn't even know until 2020 lockdown started, looking on YouTube, then eBay, but I had no idea there was a community also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
He said until 2020 lockdown. Yeah, that's literally like kind of around the same time where like I just was scrolling on Instagram and it was one of those like overseas accounts and it was the upgraded suit because that's what made me go buy it. Like I didn't just go like, oh, what are hot toys, and then just bought a random one. Like sure. I bought the exact same one, but it was just some guy like messing with it and then he put it on a shelf and I was like, what is that? I thought it was like a stop motion like thing. Like I thought it was actually for motion picture. Like they swindled me. It's crazy.
Frank says DX11 and DX12 were his first figures. Got both for $300 from some random guy on Craigslist. Oh, Craigslist. Didn't know anything about Hot Toys. Whew.
Wow.
Fab, someday in the future, you will have the only Hot Toys museum.
I believe it. I believe it 100% because I don't plan on getting rid of any of my figures anytime soon. So
how much would you charge?
For what?
$10?
For what?
For admission.
Entry fee.
If it's a
free
museum.
For us.
To get in here? For you
Yeah.
guys, probably $20. Everybody
I
else,
could
$1.
see Fabs treating it like, going all in and like dressing up like in a suit with gloves and like having one of them things that you clip off and okay, you can come in, and then he clips
Dude,
it
it'd
back.
be cool if he could even get Howard to go there. It'd be cool if he could even get Howard to go there.
I'm telling you right now, one day, just remember this. You're
gonna meet him.
I will either talk to him
or be in the same room.
Remember this.
Yeah, single songwriter says, I thought I was alone on an island collecting these 1/6 Star Wars figures. I had no clue of value or how many, and that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of us in this community, like, we don't have, friends that we see that collect the same stuff. So, like, you think you're alone in the hobby until you kind of go on the internet, and then you find this community, and it's like, oh, wow, there's this whole world, open to me because, I mean, Rob and I know each other in real life, and outside of him, I don't know anybody that even appreciates really the hot toys, so it's really two really separate worlds that we live in here.
Yep.
While everyone was running around like a
comments,
weirdo collecting toilet paper, I was watching the Sixth Scale channels too.
Yeah, that was an ugly time, man.
That was crazy.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, people are fighting over paper towels.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Man.
Just wait till there's no food. See what happens.
I was scared too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought
It's gonna
that
happen.
the world was gonna end because I had appendicitis, so I was like on bed rest for like a couple days, and I was like, I gotta get up and like, fend for myself. But
Yeah.
Well, Rob,
I was
you were
getting ready
talking to
for
me
people
about it
watching
because
the
I was
game.
making fun of you because you're like, this is not going to be good. This is going to get really bad.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to go nuts. And
Like,
I
yeah,
even
it's
like
gonna
we were
happen.
buying
It's
groceries.
happening.
Yeah, we were buying groceries, and I was like taking pictures, like, oh, I got toilet paper, and then all of a sudden, like, the shutdown happened. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And it's crazy times.
It was.
Fab started boxing up all his hot toys. He was probably like,
Fab
I gotta
started
get
boarding
ready.
up the windows and building
He
his
put
bunker
he put
and
his like the metal doors. This car
putting on his tinfoil hat.
The
purge,
purge doors.
Yeah.
Put the 1989 Batmobile shield on my house.
Yo, Rob,
He's
that
like,
was funny.
he's looking around outside. He's like, shields.
Yeah. Cameras have lasers. Yeah.
Get off my lawn. All right, guys. Yeah, let's finish out the night with some Hot Toys versus, shall we?
Do it.
I got some special ones here. I think some different ones. I mean, we've talked about some of these in the past. I mean, there's only so many figures, but let me pull this up. So if anybody's new to the Hot Toys versus game, we take two figures, we pin them against each other, and we talk to the panel on if you could only have one of these in your collection. Maybe you don't have any, maybe you have one, maybe you have both. But theoretically, if you could only have one, which one would it be and why? Could be for nostalgia reasons. Could be you just like how the figure looks. Maybe you like a character better. Maybe even like the accessories better. So there's really no right or wrong answer, but you can kind of just tell a lot about a collector and maybe what they're looking for, what they feel in their heart. So we're going to start with Black Widow. And the reason why I'm pulling this one up is I asked Rob earlier if he was still interested in Black Widow, because he asked me over the weekend. He's like, I really want a Black Widow. Which one would you get? And I'm like, oh, I really like my Endgame. But then he's like, well, which one out of these two? And I'm like, God, it's such a hard answer because the white one is like unique. We haven't seen that a lot, but the black is more traditional. It's like Black Widow. I like the hairstyle in the white one, but at the same time, I kind of like this one too. And it's just, I don't know. So that's why I just figured it'd be a fun one to talk about on this show. Maybe it would help Rob out, or maybe it'll just make him more, I don't know, more unsure of what he wants to do. But Fabs, you have both of these, right?
Actually, no, I'm still waiting for the white one.
Okay, so wait, it's shipping from Sideshow, isn't it? I think it's in stock.
Yeah, no, I never pre-ordered it. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you haven't had both in hand, but just looking at them, which one would you keep in your collection? Which one would you get rid of if you had to?
See, I like the white one. I mean, like you said, the black one's the classic, Black Widow, black always. Every single figure of hers has been black. The white one pops. Like you said, the hairstyle is great. I really like that hairstyle. Having the black one in hand is really, really nice, but I have to go with the white just because it stands out for me that much more.
Wow. Rob, I'm going to skip you for now because I'm going to
Okay.
let you absorb this info that these gentlemen are telling you. So, Flavio, how about you? Are you do you have a Black Widow? Are you looking to pick one up?
I do not have either of these. She's not like one of my all-time favorite characters, but I definitely, I do want to complete an Avengers line, and she's part of them, so it's inevitable. ScarJo though, like, come on, man, how could I not?
He said ScarJo. Get that here.
But I would have to side with the black version. It's Black Widow, I like her white or her all white suit, which I didn't even watch that movie.
I thought it was good.
I didn't watch that one yet, but
It's good.
I like the hairstyle on the black one more than the white one for some reason. I feel like that's more Scarlet, that's more her. I kind of also like the expression on that one. The suit, though, I just feel like the black is what I feel like her character embodied the most. Every time I seen her on the screen, seen her in the all black suit, she was nice and, very determined. But I don't know. I think, her accessories for both of them are pretty much the same. So I don't think either one would be a bad choice. It's not like you're missing out on something more than the other. But I like the black suit more.
I think if you're a collector that has had the Endgame one or even any of the other ones, I think you're probably going to pick the white one. And I think if you don't have a Black Widow, I could see a lot of people picking the black suit. Fabs, do you agree with that? Like if you've got like Civil War or Endgame or what are some of the older ones, I bet a lot more people would probably go for the white.
Of course, that's why I would go for the white, just because it's all the same. You know what I mean? Yeah, the suit vary, and they tweak them a little bit, but it's always the same black suit. So I feel like that's why I would want the white one, just to give it that contrast of a different suit, different hair, different style of Black Widow. And again, because she's usually black.
I'm still undecided myself. So Rob, I'm gonna go to you now. It's your time to shine. And
what kind of going
remember, whatever one you pick, we're gonna hold you to it, and you're gonna have to get that figure. No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of going off what you said, though. I mean, and kind of what Flavio said. If you want to have that whole Avengers line, you have to go with the black one. If you don't have one already, absolutely. I mean, you can't have all the Avengers and then have her pop in with a white suit. I mean, you could, it just wouldn't look right. My problem is I really like Elena as well, and she only comes with the white suit. So that's why I was like, well, if I get her, I want the white suit of, Black Widow as well. I was leaning more toward the black because of, the hair and the face and everything. But like Fab said, that white pops. But if I had to choose one right now, I'd probably choose the black suit.
And overwhelmingly in the chat, it looks like a lot of people are picking the black suit. Joker says, you remember when she was in Eight-Legged Freaks? And I said, remember when she was in Home Alone 3?
Wow.
Scarlett
Johansson. She was the sister.
She was the sister, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I actually do remember that now. Yep. Even though that was my least favorite Home Alone.
Yeah, that was the worst.
But it was still better than the ones after.
The newest one is the worst.
I didn't see it.
I didn't even know there were newer ones.
Yeah.
I only know 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
It's
1
bad.
and 2. I actually, my favorite one is 2. I don't even like 1 so much. I like
I love 2
better.
I love
1 and
2
2
a
are
lot.
amazing.
I love 2 a lot, but I love 1 because it's like what kicks off the IP. But 2, they went, they did more,
Right.
Right.
All right. So, you know what? I'm gonna go with Fabs just because I already have the Endgame one. So I'm gonna go with the white version and split up the panel 2-2. It. I think I like, and I think Joker said it, but he said put the black suit head on the white, and I do think I like
Yeah.
this sculpt better.
Yeah,
But
that
the
sculpt
white
is-
suit looks cool. So
I was gonna say that too. That the Black Widow, black suited figure's head sculpt is better than the white one, which I like better than the white. But I just like that suit better and that hair too.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, the hair on the white I like that.
I like that braid.
All
look.
right. Let's go to the next one. We're gonna do a little throwback to Terminator. We've done both of these before, but they've been against like RoboCop or an Alien or a Predator or whatever. We've never pinned. We have the DX-13 on the right. This is, in my opinion, one of Hot Toys' masterpieces. It's almost like you're getting 2 figures in one. You get 2 head sculpts. You can put the arm back on. You can use this arm here. It's just super battle damaged. But this T-800 from the first Terminator is really good too, and you do get 2 head sculpts. You get a lot of weapons. He's battle damaged as well. I do have both, and they're both just really superb figures. So this one is tough, but Fabs, what are your thoughts here?
Well, if you were doing for example, a regular figure against the T-800 battle damage figure, obviously I would immediately say battle damage because I love everything battle damage. But because of the fact that both figures, like you said, come with 2 head sculpts, you get the 2 different looks with them. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna do the one on the left.
Interesting.
Just because I'm gonna tell you why. Just because
Tell me why.
I like that. So the T-800 battle damage, that biker outfit, it to me is too uniform, and I like the one on the left more because it's broken up. You know what I mean? He when
Sure.
he's still jacket from there, so I like that look better. The figure on the right is beautiful. As though I love that figure. I think I have 2 of them as well, but
Of the DX-13?
well, I have 2 of each, but the one on the left is probably, I'm going to go with that one.
I would buy one of them from you for retail.
Well, you sound like D'Lo. He asked me to sell him something that wasn't on sale.
You can even tax me.
And then he complained that I charged him tax on something that I wasn't selling.
Oh, that's where that came from?
Exactly.
But wasn't that from something that's still like in stock at Sideshow?
No. He wanted my Loki that I just got in. So he goes, "How much do you want for that Loki?" I said, "It's not for sale." I said, "But if you wanted to get it, I said, order it because you live in Florida. I live in New York. You'll pay less tax. So it's easier for you to get it. Even if I sell it to you for what I paid for, you're going to get it cheaper if you buy it yourself." "I can't believe you're charging me tax."
Yeah, you were just really telling. Yeah, they don't pay tax there, man.
Oh, that's funny. All right.
Unreal.
I will say too, both figures' head sculpts are amazing. I think they just both look great. So, Rob, you've seen both of these in my collection. What are your thoughts? Is there one that you would pick? Well, you have to pick one over the other. Which one would you pick?
In these pictures, I like the battle damaged more, but when I see them in person, I definitely like the one on the left, the from the first Terminator. I'm with Fabs. I mean, I kind of like how the clothes kind of break up. It's not just all black. He's got the jacket over, kind of looks like khaki pants or something. And but I do like that the battle damage, you can take off the arm. That's pretty sweet. A little bit more detail in there. But I got to go with the from T1. So definitely. May I ask which one is going for more right now?
The one on the right.
About the same. Okay.
The one on the DX13 because it is a DX, so typically it'll just sell for more. This
Okay.
is more of a standard
Sure.
one, but it does come with a lot of stuff. So this one you probably find used for $550,
Okay.
and then this one's probably around the $450. So, how about you, Flava Flav?
Yeah, boy.
They are both they're both sick looking figures. Don't get me wrong. Anything Terminator is, to die for, but I will agree with both the other guys. I love the contrast from the one on the left. I do like how it breaks up, his look. You got the jacket with the pants, but I don't know. I'm a sucker for battle damage, man. Like the one on the right is probably for sure the one that I would go with, just because you see that exposed leg, you could take the arm off. I just love it. But I love them both equally. I feel like they're just, if I could have them both in my collection, absolutely, I would get both of them. But
So, I'm sorry. Did you say the one on the right?
yeah,
It's like
I was reading Single Songwriter's comment. I wouldn't fault somebody for picking the one on the left, just because the one on the right is all pleather. Like, just
that's
for
another thing.
less things going wrong. I mean, I wouldn't fault you for that, but I would pick the one on the right just because Terminator 2 Judgment Day was one of my all-time favorite movies, and it was just iconic.
But now you're picking the figure due to the movie, not due to the figure, and we're talking about figures strictly. So,
no, this is my game. These are my rules, and I said you can pick it based on anything. And remember, I said nostalgia, so it doesn't have to be just because the figure's better.
I thought that's what the game was. I apologize.
I've explained it every time. Nostalgia can be a reason why you pick a figure.
Well, I've explained how to collect to you, and you're still not. So, unreal.
Fabby's got to go on a timeout.
Oh my!
All right. So now you go to the bottom of the list. He left. No, I would pick it for that reason, but also it's an amazing figure. Like you got the knee is all battle damage. You got the whole chest here, the arm that is just ripped off, and I think the battle damage is just more severe on this head sculpt as well. So for me, the movie itself is just so awesome, so iconic. This figure means more to me for that reason, and that's why I'd pick it. So let's see here.
Pick it like you pick your nose.
Where'd he go? He's just
hovering now.
He's just in the background.
He's talking in the multiverse.
Yeah.
We got Payton in the house. What's going on? Judgment Day. This is like voting for president. We all lose. Yuck. Yeah, these are supposed to be tough.
Yeah, that is hard. That's a tough decision.
T1. Oh, yeah, Fabs. Did you want to officially announce that you were leaving on my show?
Yeah, guys. That was a user error message. So just don't worry about it.
Can I choose Linda Hamilton instead? Oh, that figure's hideous.
Are you kidding? That figure is amazing. There's two of them.
No.
They're really, really good. Like really, really, really good. They come with seamless body, which is still, perfectly fine. And it was two versions. It was a T1000 version when she's evil, and then the regular version when she's got the hat, the glasses, and the cigarette. Both versions are amazing. Rooted hair too. For the evil version, only the evil version. The other one's sculpted. They're great figures. And she looks really good too.
If you guys only knew in the chat how aggressive Fabs is, he beats
Flavio.
Flavio.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you guys think this is aggressive, if you guys got text messages from me, you guys will cry.
I got a PFA on the guy, guys.
I'm surprised that the majority is actually picking T1. I really thought the T2 figure would be the one that everybody would pick, but this is
because it's too uniform. The T2 is a great figure, but it's just very, like the battle damage. It's. I like this better than just the regular one, but for some reason, next to the one on the left, the T1 T800 is just a different, it's just
if they 2.0 both of
Oh,
them right now, and they both said genuine leather updated, which one would you go for? Absolutely, without a doubt, first. Same choice.
So I'd go for the first one just because
Yeah.
I've owned that one in the past, and the pleather it seems cheaper. Like Fabs, we've talked about this. We could have swore this one was leather, but
right. That one feels
apparently that's the DX10.
Right. The DX10
This one feels thicker to me. Like I've never had any issues with this one, but I've had issues with this coat because it just felt cheaper. So I'd probably get this T800 if they reissued them both with real leather. I mean, I'd probably get both of them, but
right. Yeah, Fab looked conflicted there. He was like, I can't choose.
Oh no, I was gonna. You know what my answer was gonna be.
Yep, I'm getting both.
But yeah, no.
Doable.
So if it was a full, it's gonna be a full, a real leather figure. Obviously, the T800 Battle Damage is gonna have, it's gonna look nicer with full real leather. You know what I mean? The one, the jacket's gonna feel like, you're getting ripped off. You're only getting a leather jacket, but when you get an entire outfit of leather, that changes the whole game. True.
Right. All right, guys. All right, we're gonna do something special here because the 89 Batman was just the 2.0 was just announced, and I was trying to think of what iconic figure I could pin against the 89. I was thinking, I was just like,
you're mean.
I could do Joker, but I don't know. I didn't want to do that because I just didn't. I'm like, there's just nothing that stands up. So this is a 2-for-1. So you can either have the new 89 Batman with the cool diorama base, or you could pick the Batman and Robin combo just to try to make it maybe a little bit more of a difficult choice for you. So Rob, now that Fabs is on the down low, you can go first. What are you thinking here? What would you go for, the pair, or would you take the iconic 89?
See, I'm in the boat where I want to up my collection and get some more on the shelf. And I do like Batman Forever, but 89 is the second best Batman movie of all time, Graham. And that 89 Batman is
The Dark Knight would be one.
Here. No, Batman Returns. But that that statue, that figure is probably top tier even for Hot Toys. It's like it looks great. I'm loving it. So I would definitely choose the 89. One of those quality over quantity. So
that's true. All right. Rob, you did surprise me because I do know you do like Batman Forever, and I know you've been wanting these two figures. So
yep.
I wasn't sure which one you'd kind of go with. So okay.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
I love them all, but man, yeah, the 89 looks good.
And the upgrades for the 89 is nothing to kind of sneer at because the cowl is redesigned, the body is going to be redesigned, the suit's actually redesigned, the cape is new, and then you get that diorama
base with it. Yeah. So that helps.
All right, Flavio, you're up.
Man,
now you're young, so you might go for the Forever stuff.
No way. You do make this. You do make this one very, very tough, and I don't have. I don't have the Forever line. I don't have the Throbbing. I definitely want these two figures because I want to have kind of like a Batman timeline, or like all of the different Batmans or all of the different people that were in the suits. But dang, man, when I first got into the hobby, the 89 was one of the ones where I was like, dude, I gotta have it. Besides the Dark Knight trilogy, that's my favorite Batman.
I just watched it today.
What? I watched
89 Batman.
I did too. I watched it the other night, and I finished Returns today again. I watched them because I just was itching because of the announcement. But man, I just love the contrast of the black and the yellow. I feel like it's so iconic. I love the lip thing that he does.
Yeah.
It's just a full package, man. And you can't mess with Tim Burton, bro. Like the movies are just timeless. They're timeless. It's just I would definitely
Which is
go.
why they're better than Dark Knight.
Yeah, no, and I would even attest to that. Like for me, let's put it this way. I grew up with the Dark Knight, like, right? Like if that makes sense. I grew up watching all the Batmans, but I caught them all on reruns and watching them over and over and over as I grew up. But out of all of the old ones, my favorite one was 89. But when the Dark Knight came out, like, technically for my generation, I fell in love with the movie. You know what I mean? I like, coming off of the Transformers too, like Christopher Nolan is just a beast with, live action, explosions and all of that. That, like, I really fell in love with that trilogy. But if you're a real Batman fan, like you give the flowers to Keaton any day. But I would definitely go with the 89. It's funny that, you put a versus on this because Fab's probably going to smack me straight here, but I was literally like, dude, like if that's the last one, I'd be comfortable. Like I gotta have that. I gotta have that deluxe, bro. Like I gotta get that before that goes.
Well, especially since he's going to be in the Flash movie. Like that's even more so why I want to get the 89.
I do, but the thing is that I have a feeling that they're gonna do that other suit too, anyways. And even if they don't, even if they
heard
don't,
it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
First 2 months ago. Stop it.
Even if they don't do that new suit, though, like I can't tell
100% they're doing that suit.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen that movie, 89 Batman. You know what I mean? Growing up and Returns with Danny DeVito, it's just they'll never get old, So got to go with the 89 for sure.
Fabs.
So, iconically and movie-wise, 89 all day long.
But
he's playing the game how it goes.
Or is that it?
That's it. 89.
That's it.
You know why? Like the 89 movie for me was a billion times better than Batman Forever. I love Batman Forever. It was two completely different worlds of Batman films. I feel like the Batman Forever was more cheesy than the original Batman movie. Again, I loved it. I love the the gadgets, the vehicles, the suits. I love all that from the Batman Forever movie. But again, iconically and movie wise, 89 all day.
All right.
Yeah,
same here. 89 easily for me. Let's see if anybody pick Forever. Let's see, we got 89. Dark Knight versus 89. Ooh, that'd be interesting.
That'd be a good one.
89. The Robin figure is very forgettable, in my opinion. I mean,
you have to have the pair.
You have to have the pair, and Hot Toys made it that way because Robin comes with nothing but four hands, and all they did make all of the accessories interchangeable.
You can't say that he comes with nothing. Just look down, just a little bit.
Look below the belt.
Package, man.
And
why is it pushy? Why can you push down on it? It's really weird.
Rob, you disgusting creature.
Batman has all the gadgets, but Robin has the firepower.
You swine.
Robin's got the cannons.
Yep. I don't know, though. The pair, though, is just iconic, too. Right. You know what I mean? Like
that's what makes the figures nice is that pair. Like you can have Batman by himself, no problem. But you can't have Robin by himself. It doesn't look good, That's why
as much crap as those two movies get, Forever and more so Batman and Robin, I thought the guy that played Robin did a great job.
Chris O'Donnell.
Absolutely. He was good.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I feel like what's drawing me to buy these, even though it's one of my least favorite Batman movies, is I'm holding so much stock in them doing the villains of that line. So it's like I'm just setting myself up for good measure when they do that. Like because I don't want to. I like the movie as a culmination. So if I have the whole collection of them, it'll give me more it'll make me feel better of having those figures all together rather than just one Batman or just the Robin. But the 89, you could just put him by himself and
Right.
it'll steal the show.
Well, I remember when these two figures were announced and everybody was saying, well, if you want anything from this, Forever movie, this is probably going to be it. So you might want to get them. But I think now the door is open, especially with these other companies doing these figures. I think the door is open that, Hot Toys could dabble in this. So, and maybe give us the villains. So
you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. This guy said it. All right, last one to finish this bad boy off, and we're going 2 packs.
Ooh.
We're going expensive 2 packs.
Man.
We got Chewie and Han,
dude,
versus Tarkin and Vader. We got some heavy lifters going on here tonight. So, Rob, I'll start with you. Now, keep in mind, there are loopholes in this game. Maybe you have a different Vader, but you don't have these. So maybe, or you could buy a different Vader. You're only saying you wouldn't get this one. So just, same thing with Chewie or Han, whatever. But yeah, go ahead.
It's hard because I don't have a Vader yet. So just for Vader being in with Tarkin is kind of pushing me to that. I'm looking at Han and Chewie here, and I just feel like that's a better duo in general. But man, you got to have Darth Vader and Tarkin in there. I think that'd be a great way to start up your Star Wars collection. And Vader looks, I've seen a couple different Vaders and in hand, and he always looks great. I think his suit always feels good. And I'm guessing Tarkin comes with that chair, or yeah. So
yes,
yep. I know it's just a chair, but dang, I'm choosing that. Just the evil side, the dark
Fabs,
side.
Before you go on this one, is this A New Hope Vader the same as the single pack? It's the same one, or was that one more like dull? Was this one shinier?
I don't have that. I have my first Darth Vader was a Sideshow exclusive with that crazy base. You remove the helmet, you get his head sculpt. And then my first Hot Toy Vader was, I believe, I think it was the Rogue One. Which one came out? Which one came out first? Rogue One or Solo? Whichever one came out first, that's the one I bought first. So I'm guessing Rogue One. Yeah.
Solo didn't come out with a Vader, did they?
Not Solo. What the hell am I talking about? What was the second Vader that just came out? What? The second.
We have A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Rogue One.
The ESB 40th anniversary, I think, was my third Vader. Right. So it was Rogue One. No, it was Sideshow, Rogue One, then 40th. So I don't have the original. And again, just because I was like, I don't need all these Vaders as they were coming out, I was like, I don't need all these Vaders, so I never got them all. But I have, in total, I have about three right now. So I don't have the original.
Well, since you're talking, which one would you go with?
So to me, Han Solo and Chewie are like, their own like Batman and Robin, type duo. But that Tarkin head sculpt was
the best,
incredible. And so just for that, like Darth Vader is Darth Vader. So obviously, he's already a badass. So I'm going to go with Tarkin and Vader.
How about you, Flav?
This is so tough. Like this is almost like impossible to even make this decision. Yeah, this isn't even fair. But
good thing it's just hypothetical.
Yeah, if I had to choose, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go for sure Chewie and Han, man. Like they're also characters that, since the beginning I've always wanted. I feel like they are a true embodiment too of Star Wars in the series. There's just so many comical and nostalgic lines that they've thrown at each other, and even though Chewie's is the same all the time, but uh, I love them, man, and I always wanted those characters to go with R2 and C3PO, but like Fab said though, that other pack with Tarkin, man, like that head sculpt is bananas, and I'm more always attracted to the dark side or, villainous things. So I could see why they would want to, pick that. I do got the ESB, as you guys know. But
And that kind of helps ease the blow, I think. If you have ESB, then
yeah,
maybe
definitely for
more.
me, like the Ultimate Vader for me was definitely the ESB one. I definitely knew I wanted that one. But how could you not have these two guys together too, right? But yeah, for sure, Chewie and Han. And if there is any hope that they redo any of these figures, like I hope they, the Chewie's hair is a lot better than what it was before, I guess.
Right. Yeah, he's not a perfect figure. I mean, he
Yeah.
looks decent, but he's okay. I think I'd be with you, Flavio. I think I would pick Han and Chewie, and it's more so like, yeah, just because they're the more, like, I'm a huge Vader fan, but I have Rogue One
Right.
Vader, and I think that's the best Vader in my opinion. So
Rogue One Vader is really nice.
So I could do without Tarkin as long as, if I had the staples character-wise for these two.
Right.
But I do think aesthetically, I think probably I mean, the Han Solo figure is actually really good. The head sculpt's not as good as the Stormtrooper Han Solo, but I think these two on the right are extremely great figures to have, but I think these would just mean more to me. So I think I would also choose Han and Chewie. So I think you and I are in the minority for that too.
Although I do also can see why, they would want to pick the Vader and Tarkin 2-pack, because I think that realistically has more shelf presence.
Probably,
with a good pose, with that Tarkin just, slightly raising that hand off of the chair. Like every time I see that, like in somebody's shelf, it puts me right in there. You know what I mean? They're an awesome pack. For sure.
Really quick, just want to give a shout out to the Thor. He says, "What's up, everyone? Sub to the Jedi Knights Watch. Thank you so much for stopping in and subbing to the channel. You won't regret it. If you're a fan of Fabs, then you'll like me too. So, I'm just a lot nicer and better looking.
What's going on, my friend?
Let's see. We got Josh, the toy doctor, in town here. He says, Han and Chewie, in my opinion, I don't have either set, sadly. I hope if we get a re-release of Han and Chewie, it has better Chewie hair and either plastic or actual leather boots for Han so they don't flake. I've never had boots flake on me, but I know a lot of that does depend on where you live. So, this was a lot of fun. I love playing the Hot Toys versus game with you guys, just to see what everybody would pick. It's just a fun exercise. But outside of that, we're going to close up shop because, we're approaching 2.5 hours here. And I know these guys on the East Coast got to get to bed. Hell, I got to get to bed too. So just want to thank you guys in the panel for dropping by. I do have all of their info in the description. If you guys want to visit them on Instagram or YouTube, make sure you sub to their channels as well. We're all about community here. Rob, really quickly, what do you got going on in your channel?
Just did a huge Lego haul. Put that video up this morning.
Wait,
I do have.
You spent $2,000 on Legos today?
Yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah. What happened was
That's what I said. I said
Hot
Toys would be cheaper.
my arcades over on the sides of me, and I spent a lot of that on some Lego. I got the UCS Millennium Falcon, Titanic, Hogwarts Express, and some other stuff. Go watch the video. I'm giving it away here.
Question for you: when you open up a box, it's a huge, it's a huge set. Do you start and finish right away, or you like postpone it and you like take breaks and then you like finish another day? Or
Yeah, so they come in bags. So the bigger the box or the bigger the set, the more bags you get. So you get like 1 through like 24 bags, right? So I'll probably do like 1 bag and then come back, do a second bag or 2, and then yeah. So I keep it like at a table and kind of organized.
gotcha.
But yeah. So I got a few more videos. Maybe once I get a little past 1,000 subs, I'll start doing more lives. I been talking to a couple other channels, trying to come up with that, see if we can do some like, Lego live feeds. Got a couple games that I planned out for that as well. Trying to get more into the community. I do feel like it's hard for some new Lego channels to get involved because you have these people like with, 100,000, 200,000, 80,000 subs. And, they of course want nothing to do with the younger crowd, but it's a very busy market. But I'm doing it to have fun. I'm not really trying to get 1 million subs. That would be nice, but it helps grow your channel and grow the community. But it's more fun for me.
We are all looking for 1 million subs. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, right. No, but you guys have been a lot of help and very supportive, and I appreciate that. Being a whole different area. I know Graham personally, so it's helped out with that. But I do want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys on the panel, along with D'Lo and Austin Nicholas and a couple other guys. So, yeah, thank you for having me on here. And even though I only have 2 hot toys, almost 4 now,
Well, if you had 1, you'd still be invited into the group. So
thank you for collecting, Rob. Thank you for collecting.
Oh, heck yeah. And speaking of Home Alone, that's the Home Alone house right there. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I seen that in his video, guys. You guys got to check that video out. He has a lot.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the building from when he. Oh no, it is his house.
And you could open it and everything, like each room.
Yeah. Yep. Each room is detailed.
His channel makes me want to buy Legos.
Yeah, that's what it's for, man. Dude, and there's plenty of people out there that either have channels or don't have channels that have Legos over here, Hot Toys over here, statues over there, whatever the case may be. I mean, I've
seen that too.
You don't have to collect, just one thing. Like, we don't have to be just 6 scale, but we choose, that's just what our passion is in. But some collectors love everything and they're just dabbling in everything, and there's nothing wrong with that either. So
no, there's tons wrong with it, but it's okay.
Fabs, what do you got going on? Are we ever going to see that in-art Joker video? Or
guys, no. So what happened was, I had ordered the Steppenwolf figure from Kitchen, right? So I get the figure, but I get it in an in-art box. So I'm thinking, oh my God, he messed up. He sent me the wrong figure. So I didn't even want to open the box. That's why when I took the picture and I posted it, I was like, all right, guys, it's coming. So I messaged him and I said, did you ship me out the box or did somebody else? He goes, my colleague did. So I was like, I think they messed up. He goes, what happened? So I sent him a picture of the in-art box. He goes, open it. I said, well, I didn't want to open it because I didn't know what to do. So I opened it and it was my Steppenwolf. So my Jokers are coming probably in a couple weeks.
Oh, so it was a tease. All right.
It was a depressing situation.
Well, soon, I'm sure. How about you, Flavio? What do you got going on the channel? Me? I know you pretty much stream with Fabs every Tuesday night, right? You're going to be doing that tomorrow, or?
Yes, sir.
He's never on Tuesdays, actually.
Guys, do not listen to him. I will be there tomorrow night on Fab's channel.
I'll check in and probably heckle a little bit, but
which has also been a pleasure. It's fun to be out here with you guys on everybody's stream. But for me, I am just, trying to get through my journey. I've done 3 unboxings so far, so I'm working on another video right now. I would let you guys know what it is, but I want to make you guys wait and just see it when it comes out. I know I can't really do that all the time on Fab's channel because he always has a.
Will it be out before March 1st?
Wait, do what on my channel? Keep talking smack. See what happens.
March 1st? I'm not sure. I mean, I am definitely gonna. I have some house things that I got to take care of this weekend, so I don't know if I'm gonna have any time to do that this weekend. But I am going to be working on that. I'm just kind of technical. I could probably pump out a ton of videos if I didn't care about how they looked, but I do. So yeah, catch me on the House of Collectibles. You can follow me on Instagram, see me on YouTube. An advent calendar, this guy. But yeah, I have a ton of like figures that are boxed. It's just I don't want to just put them straight on the shelf. I want to, you know, create a video and, you know, show you guys.
No, take your time. Take your time. Do not rush.
Little by
time,
little,
man.
it'll start coming out. I think for this one, I'm gonna just for now dedicate it to a Marvel one. But as I build my other shelf, I'll probably, you know, move things around because I kind of bought in a weird order. Like I went Marvel for a while and then I went Star Wars, and that's what I've just been doing since I've started. I do like a wave of Marvel, wave of Star Wars, and, you know, a little bit of DC. So just we'll have to wait and see on what I got, and then eventually I will do a collection tour. That's what my plan is, to do a collection tour and then continue on that.
Well, sounds good. Sounds good. If Rob does disappear, his battery on his computer is very, very low. So we're going to try to end this pretty quickly here. But
1%.
No.
1%. Okay. So I'm working on getting the Robin video out maybe this week. Got some other stuff up my sleeve. New stream coming as well, guys. And it's called U Drive. It's where you in the chat decide what we talk about. You steer the show direction, ask questions. You can ask questions, you know, for me, for my guests, whoever I have on, you know, stuff like that. I do have like an overlay here that I'm already working on. So just got the logo down there and then a little bit of the road. So we're working on it. But yeah, just want to say thank you to you guys in the panel for staying up late with me. Thank you guys in the chat for watching. And yeah, until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon. Deuces.
Peace.